Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. As the second song starts, we ain't playing that song. We'll play it at the end, guys. What's happening, everybody? Welcome, guys.
Hello.
I got
Thanks
scared
for the sub, Bangalore.
I got scared for a second. I was like, oh shit, everybody's doing Labor Day shit. They don't want to watch the stream, and now everybody's coming in. And I think it's just because we started right on time, and it's weird.
Don't get scared.
No, everything's fine. Thank you so much, everyone. Twitch out here being twitchy on my computer. Oh no. Yo, what's up, Bonesaw? How much Tony Hawk have you been playing at home? So I will get into it with my first story of the night, as this is the week in review. We talk about our week, and I actually have abstained from Mr. Hawk up until essentially after this stream, and I'll explain why in just a second. But either way, I'm happy to be here. I've got a bottle of wine for the second half of the show. We've got some great guests. We got Malachi coming back. We've got our good friend Julia Johns joining us, who is a hilarious comedian and all-around fun lady. We're going to hang out with her. And, yeah, I don't know. Just,
it's been far too long since I've spoken to Julia. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this will be great.
And Malachi, too. We had a great time the last time he was on the stream.
We had a great time. I think I had a hard time last time he was on stream. I think that was the week when my PC died, and I had some weird thing where I could like barely hear you guys or something, so I was like struggling the whole time to keep up. But so I'm glad to have him back. We should have a lot of fun there. We've got, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just get into it. I want to take our time. We don't have public freakouts this week, so I want to take our time. So part of me doesn't want to jump into the stories just yet, but I feel like I have to speak towards this, so let's get into it. No Lexi. Lexi has, yeah, she left today to do a week-long stay with the family she nannies for. And so for the first time since March, I am alone in this apartment. I told her this straight up, not forever. I told her this straight up. No, I would be crying and probably not streaming right now if we broke up forever.
Never.
No, we're still happily married, but I won't see her again until probably Saturday. She will come back this weekend because she's always going to come back when she's going to do Gloss, and Gloss is this Sunday night, the stream she does with Carolina and Jackie. Yeah, what's up, D. Tracy? I'm the bruiser tonight. Unbelievable.
How long is the entire stay with the family?
I think it's going to be for like a month, but again, she's going to come back on weekends, but I'm about to get really weird. What's up, Warm Rotisserie? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Lexi's gorgeous. I love that picture. Yeah, that's a headshot she did. And yeah, if you notice, the first thing I did was I put the air fryer up there last night when I knew she was definitely never going to use it until potentially next week, and I put it above. You can't even see it. It's
that is
above.
So funny.
It's up there in the corner. It's banished to the top corner of the kitchen forever. Oh, what's up, Ruggin Tub? Good to see you. Good news. We're having a little Ruggin Tub. Fantastic. I love that.
Friendly names in the chat. Thanks for coming, gang.
So good to see you. So good to see all you. Metal Flack, what's up? I still have to get back to your email. I'm terrible. I will do that. I'll have time tomorrow I was kind of, Monday's always kind of like, pew, 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 pew. So tomorrow I'm going to get back to some stuff.
Everybody.
Huh?
I said Mondays are hard for Holden, everybody.
Yeah, today wasn't actually that bad, but it essentially is like if I take care of all of this stuff on Monday, my week just slowly gets easier. It's like a game of Zelda. Like my week just slowly kind of gets actually easier as I play the week.
I know.
So it was, it's always a big push. I saw Hard for Holden on Pornhub. Oh, my God. Poor Holden. Well, hey, I did actually have to work today, you fuckers. I know so many people. I didn't even realize till I went to order food delivery, and I was like, why is everything closed? I was like, oh, right, most people have the day off today. But it was a pretty light work day. There's some big things happening that aren't completely confirmed, but I will just say because of one Henry Zabrowski and because of some events that have happened recently, I really now have to push through Children of Dune. I need to read the 4th book, 5th, 6th book. I need to reread the 1st book in order to do a project that looks like it is actually going to happen, which is cool and great. And also, it was so funny when we talked about it on the phone. And I'm not even going to speak more towards it because I have no idea if I'm breaking a rule right now. I doubt it, but He called me. He was just like, as soon as you get good news these days, you're immediately hit with, holy fuck, now I have to like immediately get to work, and it's going to be so much more stressful even than it was before, and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Schwartz and Merck?
I'm intrigued.
Ooh, nice. D. Tracy made some ribs on the grill tonight. April said, I saw one at Central Market this weekend. What? Lady with no mask with 2 kids. What were we talking about? Karens with no mask and taking a cart, but then put it back and got another, and some dude straight up laid into her that she can't be touching carts and not wearing a mask. My boy and I scampered off to the produce section and ran into her again, and there was an old man who looked like he was about to lose it at her, so we took off to the bakery section. I am proud of my city. And I consider at this point New York to be my city because I've been here for over 10 years. I am proud of New York and New Yorkers' reactions. You do not see this fucking dumb bullshit in New York City. Because what happens in New York City is when some shit goes down, we put aside our selfishness and we look out for each other, and we're not all smiles all the time. That's the thing. The cool thing about New York is like, yo, what's up, Sideshow? What's up, guys? Doing horrible tonight, so I'm here to forget about shit for a few hours. Need my friends tonight. Dude, hell yeah, you came to the right place.
Welcome.
The great thing about New York is we might not do it with a smile. What's up, Charlie Melancholic? Good to see you. I was wondering where you were at. We might not give you a smile if you ask for directions or for help on the street, but we'll always fucking help. And that's a cool thing about it, you know?
That's something I say all the time. You know, that when I first moved there, I didn't have a smartphone, so I would get lost all the time. I also have a horrible sense of direction. And do you know, it was not a problem asking people for directions. They would always tell you, and half the time they're like, oh, here, like, so let's walk down to the block. Then you're going to turn this, you know. I feel like people went out of their way to help you out.
Yeah.
If anything, you know, when you're on your work commute,
yeah,
people definitely have blinders
we
on.
look out for each other. If someone comes on with some racist nonsense or something like that, I mean, you see it in public freakout videos too. People get shut the fuck down in New York before anything can even happen. You don't have these people with their fucking hats going around with their fucking no masks pulling this nonsense, because we don't go to Facebook to get our fucking information. Vangaloid lost 30 pounds in 2 weeks due to stress and anxiety of working in the dining hall of an open college. No, it's actually bad.
Well, that anxiety.
Anyone food
loss,
service.
I've done that.
Yeah. NYC is it's a totally nice city. Kurt doesn't mean uncaring. Yeah.
Exactly. Kurt is a nice way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's a considerate city. By the way, Lexi didn't divorce me. Again, if you're just joining us, the reason why I have this as our first story is because Lexi, for the first time, Carly, and I know there's probably a lot of people in chat who have been doing this the whole time, and you have the opposite problem, but I have got to say, I'm a person who appreciates his alone time. I fucking love my wife to death, but we have only been just around each other 100% of the day, every day since March. After this stream, I'm going to go sit in silence until I want to go to bed and fucking play Tony Hawk. And so that is why I said I have not been playing a lot of Tony Hawk yet. Tonight, I'm unscrewing the lid, and we're going to fucking get deep. I've only played enough to get most of the goals in the first level, and that was it. And I was like, I'm going to love this in 3 days, but right now I have to pay attention to my fucking wife, okay? I took her to dinner Saturday night. We had a little hang last night. It was cool, you know, and yeah, it was good. I kind of just needed to put the focus on her, and that'll kind of be the trade-off for me. The trade-off for me will now be Saturday used to be like my indulgence day. Now that the weekends are going to be more about us, which I kind of like. I'll indulge throughout the week. You know what I mean? But God, it feels good to just have a change of pace. I know I'm going to miss her in like 2 days, but fuck, I know I'm gonna, then I'm gonna get weird, and then it's just gonna get week 2, week 3. I'm gonna get weird, and I'm not gonna love it probably. But man, when every day is the same, to just have anything happen that just changes everything.
There's nothing wrong, nor does it say anything weak about your relationship to want some space to yourself. And if anything, when the two of you get back together on these weekends,
it'll be great.
They're gonna be like.
I truly feel the distance makes the heart grow fonder. We've been great, by the way. We had a great time this weekend, a great send-off. We left it on a fantastic note. So everything's great with her. But yeah, it's just to switch it up, especially during this time, is so cool. But
she's gonna be working her ass off.
Yeah. But I know other people.
Long days with kids, it's a lot of work.
But then
So she's going to be ready to have fun on the weekend, I would imagine.
Yeah, and other people, I think, well, she's also probably going to be like totally off of my sleep schedule by the time we get to the weekend, but still.
Sure.
I will say, you know, and my heart goes out to the people who have the opposite issue, where they have not been able to be around pretty much anyone for months, you know, because they were single coming into this, right? And that's its own crazy thing. But yeah, it is kind of cool to know that, like, I'm just going to get a fucking few hours of alone time, you know what I mean? Because she's even had like a harder time like finding people to meet up with and stuff like that to get out of the apartment. So really it's been, you know, yeah, pretty intense. But either way, I try to be like that around here in LA, but definitely ain't like that over here on the West Coast. Yeah, exactly, right? And sideshow, I'm so sorry. My girl and I started living separate for the first time in 3 years. While it's nice to have my alone time, goddamn, I miss someone laughing at my dumbass jokes. Dude, I could see that. And if this was going for more than, I mean, even a month is making me already know that I'm just going to get fucking weird, but I'll make more of an effort to reach out to people, to hang out with people during this time. She will be back on the weekends, but either way, for now, no Lexi. It's a new path. It's a new course. It's a new day. Let's fucking get down with some Tony Hawk. Also, here are the incentives for this evening. $5. We do a celebrity impression of your choice. Any celebrity impression. I don't know why I have the Ann in there, but I'm going to keep it because I like happy
impression.
mistakes.
We're never doing animals again. I really enjoy animals.
Well, we're trying celebrities again because we didn't get enough last time.
Lousy
So,
at an
and if
animal.
chat wants to donate enough for us to do animals again, that's on chat. Not me. I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Uh-huh.
$10 to choose one of us to perform a karaoke song of your choice. You know Carly loves to sing karaoke. Let the woman sing. I will also sing if you want me to. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm here. I'm here until 10 o'clock, ET. And we have tons to talk about. Again, we have Julia Johns joining us at 8 p.m., and we have Malachi joining us at 9. Silent Squeak, my partner, and I are still working. Last week, he felt a little sick, and his work made himself quarantine for 7 days, even though he tested negative. I usually get home 1 to 2 hours before him, and I like that alone time. Coming home and not having that cool down time is stressing me out. Dude, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, we both have been working fully from home. So we have been, and that's the other thing too, is all during the day, for most of the day, like when I'm trying to get, you know, the bedroom's kind of cordoned off because she teaches kids in the bedroom while I'm doing podcasting and research and streaming and stuff out here, right? So anytime I need to just like get a shower after a workout or something like that, you have to kind of deal. It's been crazy. I mean, for anybody in New York or a big city that it's just a one bedroom, I mean, fuck, Carly, we're going to talk about it at the end of this, but Carly fled.
You did not flee. I've discovered a new kind of happiness here that I want to
she's like a bird and she wanted to fly away, but that is fine because I totally get it. And I think it would have been different for me too if I again were desperately alone in the city. You know what I mean?
Thank you for calling me desperate. I wasn't desperate, but absolutely for the 45 days I did stay in the apartment, my roommates, are in a relationship. So it was very much like, cool. Not only am I not, and I was at this point in my life, I also wasn't super concerned about being with somebody, but the idea that you couldn't even date,
right?
You couldn't even meet new people.
You couldn't even, have a 3 a.m. rendezvous. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it. I'm talking about it is fun to get to know people, whether you wind up in a relationship or not,
Right.
And then I was like, cool, so I just better get real used to this.
Right. But then it's like then get used to it.
I made some bold choices.
I feel
I'm really happy about it.
But I agree with you because it's like I could get used to this. Why don't I just get used to this where I have a porch or a backyard? You know what I mean? I think that is what changes it. If you're single in New York with, not great ways to see people, and it's loosened up now. Like you can go, we went to dinner, the other night. Like it's all good, right? Like a lot better because everybody's been so good about it here, which I'm so proud of this city for the way they've handled everything so far.
Even as I was packing and stuff, that is nice. It's a totally different experience, and we'll talk about this later.
Right.
But
she's a man, baby, singer's choice. Love you guys. Curly Shoe, thank you so much. And I will give that karaoke song to Carly as I know it
Thank
pleases her so
you.
much. Again, here are the
So
incentives.
friendly.
Obviously, I split with my co-host here, and thank you so much, everybody, again for joining us tonight. All right, I feel like she's a man, baby. This one goes out to you, all you, those with big hands. Vangaloid, I'll probably take that one. Thank you so much. We have 2 songs already.
Awesome.
D.
Yay!
Tracy, Holden, love the podcast. Make my drive to work so much better. Right now, I am researching and also enjoying another playthrough of Undertale.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's the episode we're recording this week. I'm very excited about it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. We just did Adult Swim, and
saw
right,
that.
I have to. Oh no, it's already booked. I'm sitting down with Henry Zabrowski and Dave Willis. We're gonna do it on Wednesday, and we're gonna talk about the history of Adult Swim, of course. Dave Willis, co-create. He writer for Space Ghost Coast to Coast when he started there. Co-creator of Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Squidbillies and Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. He has been there from almost the beginning of Adult Swim and is such a huge part of the creative driving force. Of course, Henry, star of Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, and they have a great rapport, so it's going to be awesome. And I'm really excited about that. Hopefully it happens. If it doesn't happen, don't shoot me in the face about it, okay? But either way, story number 2, I'll have to expand this because I feel like these do not look like ladybugs
We're not
to me.
alternating. We're going all.
No, you're on ladybugs. These do not look like ladybugs to me, like at all. They're so creepy looking. So I'm just going to expand
is one of the things that I've learned.
Uh-huh.
And Floam definitely taught me. If you look at the one that's on the top, right?
It looks like he's up. I thought that one was upside down.
No, he's like a weird, spiky little, he looks like a little alien worm.
I hate those.
But, so everyone keeps telling me, oh, no, don't kill those. They're ladybugs. And you want ladybugs because they kill the aphids in your garden. And I've never seen the process of a ladybug. So they basically have these weird little spiny creatures, and they're really tiny when they first start out. And then they turn into these little capsules with the spots, and then they latch onto the leaf, right? And they go like and stick off the leaf like a little pod, and then the ladybug emerges out of that. Did anybody know that?
That's crazy.
I didn't. I was skeptical up until the first ladybug that I saw. I was like, no, these are horrible little things. These are killing my plants. I should be killing them. But I was like, they do look like those ladybugs. And they are.
Wow. That is, I would have killed them. But either way.
I know. It's tempting. But those are ladybugs.
Yo, Holden, gotta say, I love Jake with all my heart and soul, but it was odd not hearing you gush over Zoids this week. Fucked me up, bro. Well, at least Sideshow just know that was the topic he picked because I needed to escape for a week. And I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Zoids. Also, Metal Flag, that's awesome. I will email you back tomorrow, and I would also like to maybe talk about a possible Robot Chicken. I feel like I would want to get that in because we would do an entire episode on Robot Chicken, and I want to I want to talk about the other thing too because I want to do an entire episode on probably Wizard and the Bruiser for that other thing that I kind of want to be possibly a surprise in the future that you mentioned that you led with in the email. So I've been thinking about it a lot because I want to like try to plan it out right and figure it out. Because I would love to do like an actual, potentially like an interview or something, right?
I have to speak with Vangaloid real quick.
Yes.
You have those all over Ohio. They turn into mock ladybugs that bite and smell like shit. They are the worst. These are genuine ladybugs. Because I looked at them. But what did we used to call those? We had those in Florida. The ones that basically look like ladybugs, but they're not. They're not. They're totally invasive.
They're fake ladybugs.
Beetle. Yeah, and they go everywhere.
Yeah, I call them I call them bitchy bugs because they're not ladybugs. They're bitch ass bugs. So I call them bitchy bugs.
Very good.
Yeah. Just try and inject a little humor in this fucking ladybug conversation. All right, tell me about the spider.
It's fascinating. Okay, so look, these are just some of the. Oh, it's sideways. These are some of the things that I get to check out now. There's this big ass spider next to the compost bin. Look at it. I think it is a variety of banana spider, but I don't know exactly what genus it is because we used to have these in Florida too. But do you remember the spiders that had the skulls on their backs? Just like Zelda? They look exactly like the Zelda spiders. Anyway.
They do Skulltulas. Yeah. Yeah, it's a scary one. I'm weird with this. I don't
Huge.
have this great fear of spiders. I absolutely admire them. I mean, walking through a spider's web is awful, especially when you don't
Yeah.
realize you're about to do it. That sucks,
That's-
but like I leave them alone. I'm
yeah.
and
They're
that
good.
looks
They're good.
yeah. What's funny
They're
is the
killing
ladybug
bugs.
icks me out way more than this terrifying on its,
Well,
on its
you
face
should feed
spider.
when it moves though, because here in this picture, it's actually eating a moth, y'all. So it's getting
Right.
like so much bigger. And I gave you the 2 pictures just to give you the size.
Yeah.
But this thing's like, I mean,
It's a big fucker. Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
And the web, this is how I discovered it. As I was going to bend down and grab this flower pot back there. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, there's a web. And I looked up and I was like, holy shit. Because it went like, and I've been trying to feed it flies. Like if I fly spot a fly, like throw it on its web, I can't get the fly stick on the web. So these are, my challenges. It it does look like it's spelling something, doesn't it? I mean, it's called apparently an orb web in this particular style, but I mean that's kind of like a reinforcement to keep the whole thing together. The web is, I mean, as big as the shed that the compost bin is in. Anyway,
It's spelled out air fryer in a message holding. Oh my god, terrifying. Orb
I just
weaver.
wanted to share that with you. Just some,
Orb
like,
weaver
bug stuff,
spider?
you know.
Is that okay, interesting. Either way, moving on from the spider conversation.
That's all. I just wanted to show you. It's
Y'all, I have been going to the Jersey Shore like a motherfucker lately, guys.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
did a pop history on Jersey Shore. It's going to drop, I don't know when. I don't know what the schedule is. But either way, we already recorded the episode. So I had to do my research, guys. I had to do my research, okay? Yeah, sorry for ruining your buzz with the spider picture sideshow. I know it was terrifying. Unbelievable. So I'm, sometimes when you record an episode for something and, you're like done, and you're like over it, right? But no, Jersey Shore is one of the properties that I'm still just totally watching the shit out of. And man, that is a great show. And first of all, thank you, Carly. Love a good bug talk from Piff and Perp, as well as April 5000. Does anybody know, is Art Smackdown happening after this, by the way? I'm not sure, but either way, I do know this.
I would assume so.
I would assume so too, but I don't want to make an ass of myself. So all of Jersey Shore is on Hulu right now. Jersey Shore okay, this is why it's so good, because I've been thinking a lot about coping media lately. Like, what's a good, what's some coping media for you, Carly? Like maybe something you'll throw on when you're having a hard time, or something that just like helps you deal when things got really bad with COVID. I mean, still are, or like when things were really awful with, they still are, but with like the BLM stuff.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like,
I
what
know
do you
you're
turn
getting
to?
at. Okay. When I was younger, I'd say like a teenager or something. We're talking a movie, When Harry Met Sally.
Perfect. Yeah,
When Harry Met
it's great.
Sally.
And it's like
nowadays, great British baking show.
Yeah.
That'll
Where people are just good
cheer
to
me
each
up.
other. This is
It'll
like the
cheer me
opposite of
up.
that in a sense, but there's a lot of heart to the Jersey Shore like family that is, I think, underneath it all is actually what people love about it. You know what I mean? What's up, Gaming Alien? Also, awesome Silent Squeed that Art Smackdown's happening. I will be rating that after our stream. Welcome to the Week in Review. We're going to keep it ripping and rocking. We're talking right now about Jersey Shore. Oh, what's up?
I got one more that I have to mention.
Perfect.
Otherwise, I'd be doing wrong by myself. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
That's a great one.
That's
a great one.
I've probably seen more than.
And I think part of it is that it exists not in.
Second Beatles.
Not, I feel like part of it exists not in our time. I think that's important. It needs to be like out of time. I think Jersey
Paul Newman and
Shore.
Robert Redford.
Yeah, and it has Robert Redford in it. And
I find them mesmerizing.
all right, not what you fucking bean flick to, Carly. What
That's
you just
not what I'm saying. No,
forget
I found it to be a very soothing film to watch. Like, it's
I bet he soothes you.
Very
Either way,
soothing.
all right. This is disgusting. This is just filthy.
oh, you.
But either way, so for me, when things were going down, I started watching 80s like musicals, like Footloose, and just silly 80s movies that were just
Yeah.
so like goofy and fun and dumb. Like, I found myself wanting to do that with Lexi, who is gone for a week, and that's crazy. But Jersey Shore hit perfectly, and this is why I think it's hitting me so perfectly.
Sure.
It's because I think what I'm dealing with recently, which is funny for me to say because I'm a podcaster, but it's like podcasting is getting a little weird right now where like I had to shut a podcast off the other day because I liked the guest on it and I liked the podcast, but it was right when shit was just starting to like stop, essentially. Yo, what's up, So? It was like right when things were just starting to wind down or wind up with the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and just hearing them
was really tricky. I'd say for the entire month of June.
Yeah.
I had a hard time streaming. I had a hard time listening or watching anything. And I mean, essentially, though, I did take that time and did more research on things.
Sure. Right, but that's maybe some escapism is just learning about spiders and, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
In a huge way, just learning about nature and plants and things that grow and give life to us, not the death of us all.
I just like asking questions.
I mean, spiders can kill us or whatever. Yo, what's up, Gaming Alien? Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. I was just telling them I'm researching Undertale right now, trying to get that pacifist run in. I did a first playthrough of Undertale, but now I'm going for pacifist, and that is the episode we've been researching this week. We just did that Zoids episode I wasn't on, but we just did it all swim. So Jersey Shore, the reason why I think it works so well for me in terms of coping media for COVID is that it's like it's well enough before all of this that I feel it feels like a period piece, but it's also like not so far back that it's like just people who lived before my time. Like it's a time I remember when to me things were a lot simpler, even though I wasn't doing what I love for a living and I was miserable at my day job. Like just the world in general was simpler. Obama was our president, and you know things of that nature. Whatever. We don't have to get into the politics stuff, but either way, just it was a happier world to me, and a world where we all just wanted to like turn our brains off to this mindless, great, stupid, horny TV show that is the Jersey Shore.
So here is a question / something that's probably going to get me scolded. I've never watched Jersey Shore.
All good.
I love watching some reality television, but what I assume it to be is a lot of arguing. I mean, if you're sitting there with Lexi, or if I was sitting there with a friend and we're like making fun of it as we go, I mean, I can see that being a release, right?
Yeah.
But watching it by yourself, I found that those types of shows only just like bum me out.
So,
and not always, but that's the assumption I made about.
So yes, there's fighting on the show, absolutely 100%, but it's fun fighting where they're not just like yelling at each other, like they'll throw some fucking hands, which is fun to watch because they don't give a fuck. It's super trash. It's also just super duper. It's just super duper. I'll get to that comment in a second. Government Junior. What was I gonna say? But it's really about people just getting hammered and trying to get laid, and just people saying really funny stuff because they're just genuinely funny people. Like Snooki is just genuinely like without trying, she's just funny. And, definitely parts of it will piss you off. Like Situation can be a complete prick sometimes, yada, yada, yada. But for the most part, it's just funny nonsense. You know what I mean? It's just like shenanigans. And it's, again, this is reminiscent of, this also takes you back to your 20s where there were no stakes.
I mean,
no one was
trying to. I definitely watched Real World.
Yeah.
Or like Melrose Place. I'm not like, and I know Melrose is written, but like drama and, that I'm not poo-pooing it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for some reason, Jersey Shore, I was like, I don't know.
Dude, try an episode or two. It's all on Hulu, and it is so funny and entertaining, and I've been having a great time with it. Government Junior, Holden, I'm busy tonight, but I had to pop in to apologize with what I said about the new Teaser of Alpha being boring. Lana Del Rey, I still stand by what I said, but I'm sorry. That's okay. Completely fine. Also, hold on. I just want to find...
their problems are so stupid that you don't take it too hard. Yeah. Okay. So, and I know that people also turn it up too. They know they're on TV, like they're gonna follow all those. Impulses.
So Carly.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and probably assume I know the answer to this. Have you actually sat down and listened to Taylor Swift's Folklore?
I haven't.
So it will now have been a full month since its release.
I didn't
No,
realize
2
this
months.
had such high stakes in our friendship here.
2 months since the album came out. I asked
It took
you.
me
I
4 years
pleaded.
at least.
I
to
pleaded
listen
with
to her
you
for the first time. I'm not upset with her.
to
I
listen
really
to the
have.
album. I pleaded you. It's free on Spotify. It's free.
I'm
It's got
just
the bonus
not-
song. It's got the
I'm
deluxe
gonna
edition
listen
with
to
the
it.
lakes.
You said I'm gonna like it more. I understand.
So,
Hey, but what else did I do? What's one of my stories tonight? Okay, so I may not operate on your clock, but I do listen to your recommendations.
well, what's the story?
Friend.
This sideways
Why
pie?
is everything sideways?
Some of it's sideways. I can fix if it's just annoying. Like,
It's not that big a deal. You can see the
There.
pie. No, it's
There
the
it is.
third story, and we'll get to that. Are you ready to talk about this pie?
yeah, let's talk about the fucking pie.
I'm learning how to do new things, all right? I've worked in a lot of restaurants, but I've never really cooked. Every single thing I've made here, it's the first time I've ever made it.
Right.
And I made a banana cream pie. I made a custard, and it's wild because what you have to do is stir so that the milk doesn't burn, and then you have to what they call tempering the eggs. You have to slowly put the hot stuff into the cold stuff, otherwise you scramble your eggs. It was amazing. I think I really outdid myself.
It looks great.
Thanks.
It looks like a really good pie. I'm jealous. Lexi tried to make an apple pie, and it was a complete disaster about a month or so ago, and I made fun of her a lot for it, and it was pretty hilarious. She just
Apple?
wasn't paying enough
Tougher
attention,
than
and we
you
were
think.
getting very drunk, and she also just, and that looks like a pretty intense situation too, but I feel like Lexi
It's
does,
actually not. It's once you make the custard,
Uh-huh.
graham cracker crust, which takes 10 minutes. The custard's the tricky part, but it's all really basic ingredients. And then you just do custard banana, and then whipped cream on top. And what looks fancy pants is just store-bought caramel that you drag the knife one way and then you drag the knife the other way, and it makes it look.
hell yeah, Government Junior. I will say, I think what Lexi suffers from is she goes to what's it called? She's too big for the britches or whatever. The britches are too, whatever. Her pants are big or whatever it is. She just, it's like, I requested, she was like, I want to make a pie. I was like, my favorite pie, and this is one of my favorite desserts ever, is apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
It's
Fucking
pretty excellent.
the best. That hot, especially when it's right off the shit. So that hot pie mixes with that cold ice cream. It does something in the mouth that just makes my fucking dome split open. Makes
It's
you want to
understandable.
have sex
worked
with a
at the pie
clown or
shop
something.
For
Makes you
4
want
years.
yeah.
And I watched the pies being made.
Being
I
made.
know what makes a good pie and a bad pie, but I never made one.
Right.
Because
Because you were like Kathy at that time. You were like, arg, or whatever. You're like, oh.
And I tried to make an apple pie for the first time one Thanksgiving. It's the one that Jeff Sproles. I made an apple pie, and I did cheddar and bacon
Uh-huh.
in there.
I remember that.
Friends, that's delicious.
It was good.
You just can't let the moisture get too intense in there. That's the whole thing
Yeah.
about apple pies. Like, so I was concerned that the cheese was going to melt and then it gets soggy. Got no soggy bottom on that pie. It was
Oh
great.
my goodness. Yeah, Kathy says ack.
That's
That's right.
British
I've been making
bake-off.
different Korean and Vietnamese recipes lately, so I have all these ingredients and started experimenting and accidentally made mall food court style bourbon chicken, and it was the best thing ever. I'm also, Jeff is so excited for next week's cocktails because I got him into Twin Peaks and then requested a Twin Peaks themed cocktail. This has never happened before. He's already sent me all the ingredients, so I can definitely make sure to have everything prepared. It's going to have coffee in it, milk. It's going to be crazy.
I did an ice cream contest once, maybe 10 years ago, and we made coffee and donuts ice cream
Oh, that's yummy.
a la Twin Peaks.
I'm a mint chocolate chip boy for sure. Oh, cool. It was like Twin Peaks ice cream. I used to like coffee ice cream for a time, for sure. I just always remember that hot dog competition, that street hot dog competition.
It was one of those similar things.
Where the people who won just stuffed a bunch of delicious buttery lobster on top of a hot dog.
Lobster roll and put it on top of a
And
hot dog.
bought the whole competition because obviously, and I think I probably voted for it too. It was delicious. I was so good. That was really good lobster.
I do this crab dip, right? And this is an easy one, friends. This is from Wisconsin. Cream cheese on a plate. Cover your plate in cream cheese. Then put some horseradish. If you like that spicy shit, dibble that on there. Cocktail sauce. Boom. Mix it up. Put some imitation crab. It doesn't have to be fancy. Imitation crab. Ritz cracker. Scoop it and eat it. It is so good. I actually just made it yesterday. But usually we do that with crawdads in Wisconsin. But imitation crab works fine.
What's up, Lamont Sloth? How are you? Also, sideshow, I'm so sorry to hear that, but also, how far are you into Twin Peaks? Because, man, the Twin Peaks The Return, again, it's so worth it to get there because it's so batshit crazy.
I brought that up because the last time I made it, I put it on a hot dog.
Nice. Very cool.
And also, so good.
And going back just to, like, fully return to the beginning of this conversation, so Lexi made, like, this... It was just this crazy. She went with this insane apple pie restaurant recipe that she had to like caramelize shit and like and then the whole thing blew up and was terrible. It was burnt and fucked up and the whole thing fell apart. And I'm just like, just make the most basic. Start there. But she does that.
But it's fun being ambitious because then you never know what you can do.
She goes hard in the paint, and I'm the opposite. I'm like with the HelloFresh recipes. Like I follow them by the fucking book. So I love to simply follow directions and create something good, trusting the direction giver. And Lexi's like a dash of this and a dash of that.
Yeah, I like good ratios. I like colorful.
Right. Well, one time she gave me.
You can't get that.
One time she gave me what I can best describe. This was early when we started dating too, and I can't believe I stayed with her after this. I literally just called it like wet chicken. It was like chicken in a bowl of water. It was so gross, and I had to like stomach it down and be like, It was literally just like. Take chicken. I don't think it had.
What was the wetness?
I don't think it had like any seasoning on it. It was just like chicken in water, in hot water. It was so weird. And I had to slice them. Yum, yum. And they also called her at my office that I worked at. They called her Bad Fish because I got way too drunk with her one night and ended up calling out sick when like I kind of shouldn't have. Because like I was probably out of sick days or something, and I blamed it on fish that she made that made me sick, and so they referred to her as Bad Fish.
Cruel.
Which was not true. The dinner was delicious that she made me that night, but that wet chicken fucking was disgusting. Yeah, recipes like Lego sets.
Yeah,
I love doing Lego as a meditative situation. All right, where are we? There are the incentives right there. $5 will do a celebrity impression of your choice. Any celebrity impression. Definitely no animals, though, unless it's Mr. Ed or, I don't know, Kermit the Frog or something like that. $10 to choose one of us to perform a karaoke song of your choice. Donate right there. Click that link. Be my friend.
2 songs.
And we already have 2 songs, so let's get to the next, because we got to get those songs in before we bring in Julia Johns.
These are also intentionally, like news stories in the sense, like, I don't know. I like talking about bugs and, like, new things.
Yeah. So, and I'm here to talk to you about a new thing that I absolutely love.
I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, bro. Bill and Ted Face the Music is so fucking good. By the way, I highly recommend this. We did a little, I think you were on the road, Carly, but when I saw this, we did a Zoom watch, and what I did was I rented it, I shared my screen, and by the way, if you're in the middle of a pandemic, fucking 2020, and we're not even near seeing the end of this shit, get a fucking Ethernet cable, brah. So only the people who refused, and I told them ahead of time, I was like, everybody should get a direct wire in for the internet, or you're probably gonna have a bad time. And of course, we almost weren't able to get through it because 2 different groups fucking were like, oh, it's jonky for us. It's like, yeah, bro, it's $20 for a fucking Ethernet cable that'll wrap around your entire apartment or house. Fucking just get one. It'll solve so many problems. Jackie, for instance, she just got the Ethernet. She thought she had to get a new computer. She finally broke down and just got a long Ethernet cable to reach her router. Every problem is solved. It's amazing. Yeah, she's doing great. So anyways, though.
You know what I love? Holden, I'm going to interject.
Yeah.
I wish you were someone I could hire. Let's say, maybe you want to use this idea.
Okay.
Hang in there.
I'm
hire
all ears.
For like $5 or whatever.
Okay.
Call and leave me a voicemail that says, will you please just get an Ethernet cable? What's wrong with you? Whatever the thing is that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Tell Holden.
Yeah.
And he will then go at you.
Motivate.
Yeah, motivate you.
Motivate by screaming. It's
Can
just
you imagine?
it's $20 and all your problem. It's like that one thing. It's like it's like not fixing a
Not
light
quite,
bulb. It's like
Mom.
it's doing
Not
something that
quite,
would take
Dad.
2 seconds to do.
Typically hold it.
I'm just saying. Either way, I want to talk about this. Bill and Ted Face the Music. Do the Zoom watch with this, because first of all, even though I just bought it, no one Venmo'd me, and I'm just gonna let it slide because it's like a little gift for everybody. But everybody could chip in on it. Then you're not paying $20. You get the rental, you know, and everybody gets to watch it. So together. And this movie. Perfect move. Talk about escapist media right now. This could not have come out at a better time because, again, it has that feeling of being completely out of time and like referencing when things were better.
And just saving your day. I mean, I'm sorry. I am vulnerable to Keanu. I find
Dude. All right. I don't want to
give a fighting game, and you like cast Keanu at me. I'd be like, help us.
And you are going to not only fall in love with him yet again, but you're going to be really blown away by both of their acting abilities and by the ladies who play their daughters. They nail them to a T. Cool. And I don't want to give away exactly how or why, but Keanu and what's his name? I feel so bad for not being able to name his name off the top of my head, but they both kind of take on some different roles as well, and it's so funny. Like,
Ryan.
Ryan, I was supposed to do yourself a favor. Watch the first one. Alex Winter,
okay.
Thank you.
You don't have to think Alex Winter.
There's great. Oh, also, I will say
they are dated in a sense though, because when was the last time you watched like the earlier films? They definitely do. They date themselves with some of the language that they use.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Quality.
There's a bad F, right? I think there's maybe a bad F.
There's a bad F. There's a lot of bitch. There's a lot of. I mean.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's a lot of.
I mean, it's not fun, but it's fun. You know what I mean?
Willy-nilly.
This is a thing I forgot to talk about during the Jersey Shore discussion, actually, Carly, is that one of the things I enjoy about the Jersey Shore is that it is before a time, and I'm glad, and I will always preface this with I'm glad we've evolved as a society, but there's something liberating about watching people just be openly themselves and openly problematic, and like, that's just like going back to a time where we weren't so anal about everybody needing to act a certain way and talk a certain way. And it is kind of liberating to be like, ugh, wasn't it fun when we were ignorant to all this stuff, when we could just be horrendous? You know what I mean? So anyways, but Bill and Ted Face the Music, I highly recommend a Zoom hangout watch for that, by the way. It was
Ryan. Exactly.
It was, well, which one?
Ryan just says, I listen to Roundtable, I can handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I think people go to that for the similar reason. It's just be like, ugh, remember back when we could just be fucking horrendous and say awful things, and we weren't like, people weren't fucking, losing their jobs for it per se. All right, let's get into the final story of the night, and we actually have to. You got like 5 minutes because we've got to do a couple of songs.
I actually don't have a ton to say about this because I have talked about this on stream, but this is the drive that I took a total of 3 times.
Wow.
This summer or this, year. But what I went through is basically 20 hours from Kansas to New York, packed my entire apartment, which I've lived in Brooklyn for 15 years, and I have a really hard time letting things go. And I gave away about 50% of my belongings.
It's called being a hoarder.
I am not a hoarder. I'm a person who appreciates usefulness. I had, for example, a brand new bed that I slept on for 1 month because I desperately needed a new mattress. And what was amazing about that is it wound up going to a neighbor a block over whose building burned down. And so she got a whole new bed. That felt cool. I was able to basically
that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't throw anything out. Everything went to somebody who needed it, and that was awesome. And otherwise, I packed for 4 days. I didn't go anywhere because call me paranoid, but I just didn't want to risk anything.
I get it. And it's, I don't know.
I mean, no, there is this is interesting. Oh, we were getting at this a little bit. Watching masks change as you drive across the country. You have them, and by the time you sort of hit Western Pennsylvania, they're done. At gas stations and stuff, people aren't wearing masks. From there, all
right.
Now, the other thing, and also Trump signs. I don't know how many of you have taken east to west drives recently. but it's super Trumpy. But I don't think I ever realized that it stretched as close to New York as it does, because it's all the way through Pennsylvania.
Right.
And some of them are big deal, like signs.
This is the weird, and this is what fucking bums me out. I don't
and-
want to get too far into it, but this is what bums me out
know.
is the signage and the need to be like, in your face, fuckers. It's like, ugh, why do you want to be like that? Man, baby, thank you for the 34 months, Koala. Greatly
One way
appreciate
or
it.
another, these are observations. Thank you for this up, Koala. You're kind. 34 months. Yeah.
What is that? What's going on with you?
But like watching,
Turning like a lady at a soup line. Thank you, Koala, for your sub.
I just like I.
Unbelievable.
So, but it's interesting to watch. It's like watching the landscape change. The other thing I like to do is listen to the radio and not play my own media, and just to hear the talk shows, just to hear the radio stations as they change as you drive. And it's very insightful about what's going on in our country.
It's a full on. It's ridiculous. It's wrestling, and it's not NWO though. It's like people's actual lives, so it just bums me out for sure.
Understand, but it doesn't have to, because one of the things that I've appreciated here is I've gotten into some tough conversations with people, and that like those conversations can happen and they can be meaningful and they can make a difference.
April, she was talking about, this is her drive out to Kansas. It's a crazy drive, and she was talking about how all the Trump signs she was seeing across the Midwest.
Things, West Virginia was really beautiful. So the way back, I took a different route because it was there was so much construction heading that direction, and they were like, you had to drive on the shoulder, which has those trucker alarms, so it goes and it was that for about 50 miles. So I took a different route home, or like all the way back to Kansas, because it was just like I cannot do that again.
Yeah.
One lane with giant semis. So instead I drove through the mountains, and that was cool, and it got really foggy. That was kind of neat.
Cool. I drove.
It was an endeavor, and I did it in 7 days.
I did see the boat parade pictures, and that was quite entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think it's time. We got to jump into this because we got Julia Johns.
That's all I have to say about it.
So
I'm
you have one very short song to come up with your pick. I will go first to oblige you that.
I've got one ready to go.
Great. So I'll hop on mine anyways. We'll close with yours. Let's do this.
I also need to maybe run to the restroom and grab another drink.
Why don't you do that while I do this?
I'm gonna go do that, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear all of it.
I'm sure.
Blister in the Sun. Yeah,
it's a fun one. It's a fun one. All right, let's do this. I'll share the audio too for the fuck of it, just to be professional with my co-host. Here it is, Blister in the Sun. Let's do this shit. So weird to do sober karaoke. I didn't want to open the wine too early, so let's see how this goes. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. High as a kite, and I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the one. Body and beats, I stain my sheets. I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the one. Nice. I feel like I butchered this last time I did it, so this is good. I know it's never too early, but I don't want to get too... It's more of a with the stream, you know? I don't want to get too sloppy by hour 3. Sometimes that'll happen if I start early. This ain't cocktails, damn it. And I got some Tony Hawk to do after this. Some hawking, baby. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Nah. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm a nice kite, and I just might stop to check you out. Nah. Body and beats, I stain my sheets. I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry when I'm out walking, strut my stuff. I'm so strung out. High as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on like I blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the one. I always thought it was a blister, not I blister. Yo, what's up? It's karaoke. We're having a good time here. It's a motherfucking Friday night. Hell yeah, let's get high. I've been getting back into Street Fighter myself. I feel like a lot of people got back into, or some people are getting into it for the first time right now because it's the free game this month. So
is that what it is?
that's what it is.
Dude, I totally watched all of High Score. That was great.
Yeah, I should check it out. I haven't gotten into it
loved
yet.
it.
I haven't gotten into it yet, but I actually heard it was surprisingly good. It kind of looked like it was going to be one of those docs that you're like, I know, like made for people who don't play video games.
They interview the right people, and they cover the right topics to keep it like really
apparently they
and interesting constantly.
They have Bingo Bango. So it came out on Friday. I'm repeating myself, but I'll just be brief. It came out on Friday. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I played it for just a little bit. But my wife left today for a long-term stay with this family she nannies for. So I've actually been blue-balled Tony Hawk style. And I'm going to...
And you're going to
I'm going to go crazy. You know what I've also been playing a lot is Trials Evolution. Have you ever... It's like Motocross Maniacs, or like... It's like a bike game where it's like a course and you have to like... You know what I mean?
Because you didn't include one of the stories I sent you. I sent you a map in case we wound up talking about Kansas. But the other story was Ni no Kuni. I got thing that I was like,
that's what you were
really like. You
I was hawk blocked. Yeah, exactly.
About that ages ago, and then it was on for $15, and I bought both of them because I like it so much.
I think I got lost in because there was a lot of pictures of like the insects and stuff, and then so I forgot to put your other story in. But yeah, Ni no Kuni. I figured you would love that game. Also, I believe it's called Spiritfarer. Is this right, guys?
Do you know, Fike hit me up about that.
Yeah, I feel like that, just what I know about the game, I haven't played it yet, but it's highly recommended.
I'm a fan of sales. That's usually how I get new games.
It's highly recommended. And it's like, it just looks like perfect for you. Like it's cute animals, but you're also like essentially the boat driver for the River Styx, taking them to the afterlife, and it's also like a management game because you're managing your boat. I love managing. So you're gonna love the whole. Management. Yeah, it's got funny dialogue, and it just seems like it's got everything on the list that you like. So maybe after Ni no Kuni, you might want to check it out.
I'm ready. Yeah, I only have 2 Ni no Kunis to get through.
Oh my god, Ni no Kuni 2 is so long too. I mean, both kind of are if you want to do everything, but like, holy shit, I loved Ni no Kuni.
I'm not hung up on finishing the game. I just like the experience.
Yeah.
So.
How great does it look, though? Doesn't it just look
beautiful.
Amazing? Yeah,
the camera angles that they took, like the cinematography in terms of like how they follow the character as he plays, is really nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. By the way, what?
The fight style and the fact that it is kind of that turn-based thing, but it's is that what they call it?
Active battle system. Yeah, kind of.
That's what I've been calling it. But like you can't just lounge about.
Yeah,
you gotta be ready.
Which is like with the new Final Fantasy VII remake.
And I've played a lot of it.
Also a good and quick strategy game that came out earlier this year is XCOM Chimera Squad. Yeah, for sure. I've been playing Invisible Ink, which is a very XCOM-y game that came highly recommended from the video game sources I go to. But either way, Carly, you got to do this song. We got to keep moving.
I'm ready, but I have to do it right. So I do screen share.
Let me. I probably need to turn. Hold on, all participants. So click screen share and then click advanced and then click audio only.
Thank you.
And then make sure to keep. Man, baby Bingo Bango, thank you so much for the sub. 3 months. Greatly appreciate it.
Music or computer sound only. That one.
Yeah, that one. And just remember to keep the volume on the down side on YouTube.
Right. I'm going to hug my mic
and sing in your mic.
Keep the volume down on YouTube?
Not like, just maybe not full blast.
Okay.
Just maybe not full. Maybe just keep it down a little bit. I'll go like this if I need more the audio to go down. Okay. Anymore
of the backtrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just go like that, roll, and hopefully you'll catch it and won't throw you off too much. All right, let's do it.
We're doing some Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh my goodness, make it happen.
I had fun doing this one. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. It could actually go up even, maybe.
My oh, not yet. My reflection, dirty mirror. There's no connection to myself. I'm your lover. I'm your hero. I'm the face in your dreams glass. So save your prayers.
Say your prayers.
When you're really gonna need 'em. Throw out your cares and fly. Wanna go for a ride. She's the one for me. She's all I really need. Oh yeah, she's the one for me. Emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is cleanliness, and cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty, just like me. Intoxicated with the madness, I'm in love with my sadness. Bullshit fakers, enchanted kingdoms, the fashion victims to the chuckle tea. I never let on that I was on a sinking ship. I never let on that I was down. This is the first concert I ever went to. Where's Melancholy and Infinite Sadness? You blame yourself for what you can't ignore. You blame yourself for wanting more. She's the one for me. She's all I really need. Oh yeah, she's the one for me. She's my one and only. There you go. You're muted. I cannot hear you. Stopping the sharing.
Of course. I thought I hit unmute and it did not work. All right. Unbelievable. I just sent the invite to our first guest of the evening. So let's get into it. So there you go. Just texting her.
And those were good audio levels, because if that's the case, I know what I'm doing now.
Those are great. Actually, you could now actually turn the backing track up more. So that's the only thing I would say, actually. But yeah, it worked very good. Very good. It's better, though. I'd rather have that be the issue, like, or the backing track be too low than us not be able to hear you do the thing. I'm back and my shit has been dealt with, everyone. Good. Government Junior, here to join our discussion where I continue to talk about how Folklore, one of the greatest albums of 2020 and of the past, I want to say, handful of years, because it's one of the more exciting albums I've ever heard in my life. So isn't that interesting? I would say it's very exciting.
I will listen to it. I will listen to it.
No, I'm just kidding. No, he called it boring. That's the joke.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's the joke. Whatever. All right. I'm actually feeling it on a Monday.
Bugs, dude.
Oh, God damn it. I'm actually feeling it on a Monday. Sometimes I'm kind of like, ugh. It's because I got that week off, dude. It changed everything. I just need to force myself to do that once. How often should you take a vacation? Like twice a year?
Twice a year is, I mean, that's what I would ever hope for. But I realized at some point in New York, it's like the only vacations I ever really took were to go visit my family, which happy to do.
Yeah,
glad
but
to do it. Not going to miss out.
That's not vacation.
That's not really.
Because that's what I was thinking, too. What's up? I was thinking that too, is that like, I was like, oh, last time I went on vacation was like the holidays. I'm like, that wasn't fucking vacation. That was a fucking fuckface nightmare is what that is every time.
Who's complaining? Hello.
What's up, Julia Johns? It's so good to see you.
Hi, guys.
I love it, Julia. This is just my secret attempt to like, because I don't like love the kind of the Zoom hangout night per se. I feel like I like it for an hour and then it goes on too long and then someone gets too drunk or whatever. So I'm just using my own Twitch stream as an excuse to catch up with people. You know, and so I'm so happy. I've not seen your face outside of the socials.
I was so happy to see you tonight.
Me too.
It's been so long. Are you're in Ohio now?
Yeah. I'm in my childhood bedroom.
And by the way, Julia John's a stand-up comedian. Do you like, I don't know, you have stuff out there? I mean, what people see things, so what, nothing, whatever. When do you want to get into
it? Google me.
No, it's just a bunch of it. If you have anything online, it's stuff from just way too long ago. She's got way better stuff at this point.
That's not true at all. She's been doing the short videos. I love your talk show with your nieces.
That's
okay.
True. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing,
Hell yeah.
You're right.
They're very funny.
That's what it's nice about quarantine is like just doing stuff like that. And I've seen this stuff, you guys are doing it too, where it's like you realize like, oh, this is stuff that I want to do. It's nothing that where you're like working and then you have to do this stuff. It's like now we have time to
just
do what we want to do.
Just put it out there.
Just make silly content.
Well, I mean, I'd make the joke about how I weirdly was preparing for this for the past like 2 or 3 years, which is all of a sudden I'm just in this situation where I'm like,
I'd be antisocial or less.
Yes, I'm becoming
less than like go out social.
No, antisocial's right. I'm realizing how much of a mondo introvert. Yeah, I'm so.
That's cool. You're social on the internet.
Yeah, I'm social to a screen of people writing word. Like it's not even. You know what I mean? It's
different. I know. You're not like a total hermit. You have
I've turned into though even more of an introvert than before. So now I don't know if this happens to you guys, right? But even now, like if someone wants to make a plan to see me, I get a little stressed. Oh, do we have the same fucking water bottle? What the fuck?
Is it a knockoff? I forget what mine is called.
Oh no, this is like this is fancy. Because I asked Lexi to.
I just poured water all over.
Those are the good ones.
What is this? Yeah, she's a knockoff.
So working hard or hardly working?
Hardly working. I am the one that I've been babysitting my nieces while my brother works.
Hell yeah.
So that's like it gives me a purpose during all of this.
That's great.
Like useful.
You are so good with kids though. It is like unreal. I remember when we were at Jeff's place for Thanksgiving and they were doing the no adults in the bedroom thing. His twin girls were I think 5 at the time. And
I was like, let this adult in your bedroom.
You got out your knees so that you were shorter. You're like, well, I'm a totally a kid. And all the children there were just losing their minds. And it was joyful.
That's awesome.
You're good at it.
So this is the week in review, and so it's really thinly guised as just a way for us to all hang out and talk. But anything interesting happened this week for you?
Well, I just got back today from vacation with my family.
Oh, cool.
We went to this,
the thing I was just saying isn't really vacation. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I found this house on Airbnb, and it was like the pictures didn't even do it justice. It was in Kentucky. And it's this huge house, and there was like no neighbors. We had this amazing view. There was a pool, and so we all just hung out for 2.5 days and ate and drank. And
that sounds great. So you have a fun family, though. You like hanging out with your family.
I
love your family. Looks cool.
Yeah, they seem. Well, I've met some of them. I mean, they seem very fun. Yeah. You're like, oh, cool. I can't wait to party with my family. You know what I mean?
Is it 4 brothers and 1 sister?
There's two boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
I have one sister. I only have 2 brothers though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what was
4? There's 4 girls, 4 nieces I have.
There's 4 nieces. Four nieces I have. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Jersey Shore lately. That's my coping media lately. It's all on Hulu, and that is really kind of what I've been doing to escape my own sort of crippling anxieties.
How many seasons of Jersey Shore were there?
6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's funny too.
A little bit of first season.
Yeah, first season they is the establishing season. The fun about the first season is like no one thought it was going to be a popular show. No one cared. Like they had no money. It's like the most authentic season, right? Then second season they go to Miami. And now they're more they're actually popular. People know who they are. Third season, they returned to the Jersey Shore, and now it is like a full-on. It might as well be a Jersey Shore theme park. You know what I mean? Like, people are going there to see them. They're going to the surf store or whatever it's called to get the T-shirts. And now all the T-shirts don't have just like dirty slogans on them. They all have like Jersey Shore references on them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
are they now? Do they like do that show now? Like, what are all those people doing now?
Those people they all got spin-off shows, pretty much. I think they all got their own show for a while. And then, I don't know, but, and I was going to bring it up, the funny thing about, have a good one, Gaming Alien. The funny thing about the sixth season, like, Snooki's, like, pregnant. She's, like, so therefore sober. Like, everyone, I feel like by season 6, I'm very interested to get to season 6 because I feel like they go to Italy in season 4, which I'm also excited to watch. But I just feel like they're over it by 6, so it's going to be really funny to watch a bunch of people just be like, yeah, but still at the shore. Have you been watching anything?
Real quick, April mentioned maybe getting more Julia in the monitor.
Yeah, I feel like she's as loud as you are, but I don't know if you...
super duper loud at first, but now you might have mellowed her out too much.
Okay, check this out, Julia. I'm going to show you a trick. Click on the little arrow in Zoom, the little upward arrow next to your mic icon at the bottom left of the Zoom window. You got it? Click on audio settings. Then look at microphone. You see that microphone there? There's going to be a checkbox that says automatically adjust microphone volume. Yes. Unclick that box and then turn your mic up. And then turn your mic up.
Mine up all the way. We just did this last stream, and I do think it was.
Turn my mic up all the way? How do I turn my mic up all the way?
In that same spot where you see that checkbox, there's a little slidey bar.
See right above it, there's a little slidey slide?
The input volume?
Yeah.
Turn that all the way up?
I don't know if all the way up, because you're already pretty good.
Like below halfway.
Yeah, why don't you go like just a talk?
Matter me too loud.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Dude, I can hear the inside of your throat right now. That's amazing.
Detailed. That was like
fidelity. You could do ASMR. Can you do some ASMR? Do some more ASMR.
Completely.
Yeah, I could hear everything you said. Say something mean about somebody, and we'll tell you what you said.
Wait, what?
Like whisper something mean about somebody, and we'll try to see if we can hear what you said. I don't know, because it's a whisper. It's gossip.
Did you say fucking bitch butt?
I did.
Yeah, I think I heard Holden at the beginning of that sentence, which is very interesting. So what's going on? Any good gossip? What's going on? Anything?
Oh, well, okay. Speaking of sober and the house that I stayed at, this is the gossip about the homeowner. Because we just kept wondering, like, this place is incredible. And it was like, it's crazy that he owns like other homes because a woman was the one emailing us and she manages it. So when we got home, my dad Googled this guy and found a police whatever for him. And 2 years ago, he got a DUI. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like police report, whatever. And he was like 44. He was with his teenage son drinking, and he failed all the tests, even though he was like yelling that he wasn't drunk. And then they put him in the back of the cop car, cuffed his hands and his feet, and he kicked the window out of the cop car.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was funny because we one of the kids at the house, one of my nieces broke this snow globe that was there. Makes a big smelly mess if you've ever broken a snow globe.
It's stinky?
Yeah. It's like the weird like chemical smell.
Okay.
And so my brother like wrote to the people being like, we broke a snow globe. And then my dad sent this article. My brother's like, wish I'd known that. Wish you had just sent me that before I sent this guy an email about this snow
Here's
globe.
my contact information. No.
We could have like let it slide.
Not a car window though. I've heard some things worse. Okay.
Scrodator says, oh dude, my old landlord killed a guy in a hit and run. Which is pretty intense.
Oh, no, that's worse.
What else was I? Oh yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say? I was gonna say, that's fun, Goss. Thank you for that. And that is kind of the Goss we're getting.
That's all I have.
That's all you have. I just don't know. I feel like, I mean, what's Ohio like out there? You know what I mean?
I drove to Ohio.
It's definitely nice to go away for a couple days, and like forget that there's a pandemic happening. It was also nice to like not think about Trump.
But
Ohio's pretty good. I mean, I feel very like especially at the beginning of it all, I just was so lucky to not be in New York. And
Yeah, you were kind of
nice
freaking out too
to
because
have,
this
like, a
one fully escaped. She's in Kansas now.
that's right. How
She
is
is.
Kansas?
She's
I'm really
fully.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it is like before. I mean, I lived in Brooklyn for 15 years. Before that, the most time I ever spent anywhere was about 5 years. So, I mean, and it has nothing to do with my love for New York, but I'm really enjoying this. Like, it is really simple things: sky, bugs, plants.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
I
don't
haven't
have
really thought
the.
I mean,
about
that's
that
like
stuff
being
in a
at this
long
house for the
time.
weekend. We all just kept being like, we should just get like a compound somewhere and have it. It's like you don't need anything. You just need this.
Wind, silence. We are so the wind is crazy. The weather's crazy here. I mean, like the weather hits and you're like, oh my god, like everything's alive. Everything's alive. Like it's really, it's kind of exciting in a simple way.
I will
Yeah.
say, you know, New York was rough at first. It is a lot better now. We can like go out to eat and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Also, I have to tell you this, and I'm sorry to repeat myself again, chat, but Lexi went away for a long-term nanny stay starting today.
It's once a week for
Whoa.
the next month.
So she'll be back on like
month?
weekends though. But like this is the first time I've been fully alone in this apartment for like an entire evening since March.
We need to send people to check on you every day.
I know. I'm gonna fucking lose my
You'll
mind,
be
and I'm
okay. You just
excited
play a lot
about
of
it.
video games.
But I'm gonna paint myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna like explore options.
You should. You
I'm just
should
gonna
do
say.
something weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna like find a new hole or something. You know what I mean?
For
I'm gonna
real,
figure
for
something
real.
out.
Use this time to discover some odd proclivity that you have. I mean,
Right.
that you wouldn't necessarily get to around
Right.
your wife.
I'm just gonna smoke weed and play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remake, right?
Yeah.
Most likely, right? But it will be nice, for sure to do that. Oh my God, Julia, how are you? Are you still running?
I am still running.
I'm so jealous of you because
You're
the
a
one
runner,
thing,
though.
the one
Like
thing
you're a
about New
Boy's a
York
runner.
for me is that I feel like it's still too many people too close together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I still, even though it's like it's more okay to run, it's just the way it's all set up. So I've been doing Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch as my workout. It comes with like a Pilates ring and stuff. Chat's gonna be like, fucking heard this a million times. I do it 5 to 6 times a week. I have lost no weight because of my drinking. But it is a really nice way to like not go crazy, right? Because at this point, I don't even care about the weight. Or I don't care about looking good. All right, I know I fucking look good, Julia. Okay, I know I'm fuckable.
That's why your wife left for a month.
Yeah, it's like she's screaming to get out too. Just, please let me go, Lord. Absolutely no. She's definitely. I mean, I even told her though. No, she's actually a little bit more clingy than I am, even. But I even said to her, I was like, I'm gonna miss you in 3 days. But this next 2 days is gonna actually, it's March,
Probably didn't
bro.
have to tell her that, but yeah. I
Right,
get it.
right.
there's
Well, no,
nothing
because
wrong
she's like,
with
are you
that
gonna miss
either.
me, Mrs. Kiss It? You know what I mean? I'm like,
He might not miss you for 3 days.
well, she's technically maybe has it better because she's surrounded by like a fun family. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm
Yeah.
alone.
Where is it? Like in the Hamptons or something?
No. They were gonna get a spot upstate, but they couldn't find one because it's difficult to do these days. Find a spot like that. But it is just in Brooklyn. So so if she really needs to get back here, she can for sure.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun. I'm not gonna freak out. You know what I mean?
I
And
think. Look, hey,
fine.
this is how I handled 40 hours of driving and 4 days of packing by myself. You take it one day at a time. One day at a time. Like, what is today about? Okay, today I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then honestly, you're gonna blink, and the time is through. Just don't worry about the month that's ahead. You know, you're gonna see her Saturday, which is
Right,
already
and
like,
the fact
not
that
that long.
Yeah, the fact that you'll see her each weekend.
I got
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Fine.
And you got mushrooms.
I have mushrooms.
Make a plan.
This
make a
mushrooms are gonna help you discover this new hole that you're trying to
Yes,
find.
exactly.
Now, Julia, I believe, are you? Well, I get. Feel free to not
yeah.
answer. Feel
Sorry.
free to not
What do you
answer
mean
this
ask?
if you don't want. I don't want to pry too much. But are you?
Oh, yeah,
are
we've
you
got
a?
questions?
Are you a single gal about the town these days still?
I am.
You are, and has that been? Have you even attempted to try to speak to anything. I'm gonna go ahead and say at this point.
No.
This is why this is all, by the way, this is the show. We ask you about your week, but we know nothing happened because nothing happens every week now. So that's kind of the comedy of it. So anyways, just to throw it out there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
No,
Julie.
because I just feel like, what's even the point if I can't? It's like if I'm even like meet a guy online, and then if we meet up social distanced, if it's not worth it with a stranger to do it, especially if I'm moving and whenever in a couple months to meet someone in Cincinnati. I've done a couple of outdoor shows now, so I at least like have.
That's awesome. You go to
That is
Chappelle's encampment or whatever.
And now tickets for that are like $500 or something.
Yeah, I was listening to the Bill Burr and Bert podcast, and Bill Burr was kind of talking about the whole deal, and it just sounded so fucking cool. I was like, man. But that is really awesome that you were able to do some outdoor shows. I am like, I hit a point where I was like, I don't want to do a fucking live show for like any time in the near future. I mean, I hit a point like that not too long ago. Besides like Calman's, but that's rocking out with a band so different. Now all I do is fantasize about the potential of a live show. What I really want, the one I'm most excited about, I want to take it on tour, but out in LA, assuming I will eventually end up out there. I really want to do like a Rocky Horror style Cats show.
Oh, right.
Where
That's fun.
we do, we put on cats, we throw kitty litter at the screen, everybody dresses like dogs because that's how for my birthday, I got everybody to dress like dog, not everybody, but whoever was willing. Really kind
I wanted
sports.
to go to that so badly,
It was
but
so
I wasn't
good.
back
It was
from
so
my
good.
Christmas family time, and I was
Dude.
like, damn, I'm gonna miss it.
The
Pictures
edibles,
look great.
the edibles flowed like wine. We were
Are you
so,
like, you asked me to wear a dog costume. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
we were so,
I'm not. Just gonna go.
we were
30 seconds.
so out of our minds, dressed like dogs. And the funnest part, and I'll never get to experience this ever again, is like half the theater were there to actually thinking they were going to maybe see a decent film. Like we were there to
There's a
see
group
the
of
train
dogs.
wreck. Yeah, we were there to
Yeah.
see the train wreck. We had a couple
Were
behind
people, like,
us.
pissed off that you guys came in insulting their.
I'm
I
sure
think
there were a few, but who cares?
I think there were a couple people who were like rolling their eyes or like, oh, here we go. Here they're gonna fucking fuck them up. But we didn't
here's
even
a story for you to talk about for the rest of your life with all your friends.
we didn't even talk
How I
about like we didn't really talk over the movie even that bad. I mean, as not any more than anyone else did. There were plenty of other people in the theater that were just slowly joined us in our chorus of barks.
Because that makes it more fun.
Yeah,
After
way more fun.
part asked you like release the butthole cut.
Please
Was there
release
a
the butthole cut. Apparently, they had to remove the buttholes from these cats. It's
Oh,
digitally.
did they animate the butthole?
I don't know what's going on.
That was
All right.
somebody's job. was to make-
What's your favorite song on Folklore, Julia?
I have listened to it several
Oh,
times.
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, what a good friend,
This is
Carly.
really a test. This
What a
is
good
really
friend,
actually
Carly.
An attack at me because it's been several months and I haven't listened to it yet. So go ahead, answer his loaded question.
I
Government-
mean, the one that I think of is Cardigan because I hear that one.
Yeah.
the most.
I like My Tears Ricochet is probably my favorite track on the album. But I really like This Is Me Trying. I really like Mirror Ball a lot.
How does that go?
I'll be a mirror ball. It's very beachy.
I'm
And a
just
mirror ball. I'll give you everything. You know what I mean? It's like that beachy one, that kind of nice, like flowy one, like a flowy dress on a summer's day, and you just look her in your eyes, and you're just like,
Abercrombie.
I love you, girl. You know what I mean?
Or, no, anthropology. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's an it feels like walking into an Anthropology to buy a dress that's
Anthropology.
gonna fall apart within like a
Yeah.
week.
Carly, did you ever get anything from Anthropology?
Yeah,
right.
for sure I did.
Does-
Spent way
Yeah.
too much on some.
Yeah,
stupid
doesn't it-
dresses
doesn't it
there,
fall
but
apart,
not
too?
much.
Huh.
Doesn't
The
it fall
dress
apart?
Was fine. It was fine. It's just not a dress I like to wear because it's strapless, and anything that's strapless is just a pain in the ass.
I
Like-
remember that was. Yes, it is.
I don't. The constant tug I don't like it. I don't like it.
I always remember Mindy
Strap.
Tucker always says about brides they should never wear a strapless dress. For some reason, I remember her saying that.
However, Lexi pulled it off like a fucking champ.
She was shoving that thing
Shoving?
over her gams though the whole time. She
A
was
lot of maintenance.
she was just like trying to get her breasts like back in the thing the whole time she was complaining. So I mean, just
So,
for
yeah.
comfort.
The only dress I got from Anthropology was strapless, and it was just a pain in the ass, so I never ended up wearing it.
But I tell you,
Yeah.
she's got huge breasts. My wife.
Anthropology was one of the first places though, that I remember. Like, I had a friend in high school who liked to go in there, and I dressed like this in high school, and so we would go in, and then I would like ruin the shopping experience for her because I would just like pick up like a white T-shirt. I'm like, this is $70. Oh, this is $70. She's like, just let me. Look at
No, that's acceptable, and that's the truth.
Anyways,
This is a dress from I'd say the 60s. This is from my Aunt
it's like
Sandy.
a
Look at
carnival.
this.
It's like a carnival
I
thing.
love this dress.
Yeah, it's like a boardwalk thing. And where's your shirt from, Julia?
This is from. Oh, this is interesting. This is from
Is it?
50 West.
No, it's a nice shirt. It looks cozy. It looks super
This has
soft.
been my favorite. My brother and sister-in-law got this for me. Maybe my sister-in-law got it for me. But it's my favorite place. It's a brewery in Cincinnati, and they were one of the first places to like open up because they have all like outdoor seating. So
I saw
part.
a picture of you at that brewery for sure. I was mad jelly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I go running around there a lot. There's like a trail, so I'll go run, and then I go sit and have a beer by myself. And then on the weekends, my one brother and his daughter, he'll ride with her, and then I'll run, and we meet. They ride bikes, and then we meet for lunch. So I go to this place at least once, sometimes twice a week.
I love it. What is?
Well then, I'm putting incentives in chat because if you want to see Julia Johns, do you know this is an incentive we do? A celebrity impression.
Okay, what is she good at doing? I forget what she's good at.
I don't know, but I'm not terribly good at them, but I feel like I'll throw Julia under the bus before I
I can do like
I'll always do like a different accent than what somebody has.
right. I always like
we don't do them accurately.
it's in Bill's house and it's in
I'm
George's house.
Nicole Kidman and I'm Australian.
I'm cool.
As
So
long
it'd be
as
like-
you move your head, you can do an impression of anybody.
$5 and we'll do that, and I'll give this directly to Julia. If anyone wants to donate $100, she'll do 5 minutes of stand up, and I will give her all of that money. MDLA Space, and me and my homies are from the South Side, so we never leave the house without the strap. Never strapless, absolutely. Fantastic stuff. I hear Julia does a great Pee Wee Herman, says MDLA Space Man.
I've seen that photo.
Interesting.
You did a Pee Wee Herman costume for Halloween once.
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
I think you're thinking of. Are you thinking of Emily Fleming? I think you're thinking of Emily Fleming. She did a.
Great. Yeah.
She did, that was great.
This.
Could be true.
She's a man, baby.
True.
Silent Squee, thank you for the $15. Each of you do your best celebrity impression. Okay.
The best one?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm used to fly with Jeffrey Epstein, and I kissed the young girl, and but I didn't know she was underage. I'm a sexual predator. I should probably be locked up in jail. Not my wife. Oh God, I've definitely committed some federal crimes on a federal level. For sure, in an airplane usually. Go for Gottfried singing
It
WAP,
also-
please.
Very
Oh my
good.
God, thank you, Square
It
Nine.
sounds so similar to your Bill's house.
Yeah. I was kind of going off of
for
that.
a few seconds, I thought it was going to be Barack Obama, just with the.
Yeah, they all do that. They all have that vocal fry.
Political, thought process. Okay, well, my
baby.
my
Oh,
best-
baby.
Go
you,
on.
you can do Brittany.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, I was just thinking of another.
Oh, okay. I thought you were giving us Britney. That was not a great Britney Spears impression, though, so I would prefer something else. Yes.
Pudding. Oh, I've never.
No.
She's a man, baby. Let's get high. I will do Bill Cosby.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you want to. I my best one's Kermit the Frog.
All right, give it to us.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Why are there so many Songs about rainbows and what's on the other side.
Side.
Rainbows are visions.
Have a go, Sideshow.
only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide.
Wow.
That's all I got.
That's great.
Does Kermit the Frog count as a celebrity impression? I can do
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani, all right.
Celeb. Oh, do Gwen Stefani.
Wait, no, they have to pay for it. Julia,
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
did you do you didn't do yours, did you?
No,
Me?
she's thinking about it.
Okay.
No.
Well, we're gonna stare in silence at you while the stream plays on.
Think about
Until you come up with
know
something.
that show that you did where it was one. There were they 1 minute sets from a whole bunch of different.
Oh, Trick or Treat?
Yeah, is there anything from that? Because you did some good impressions from.
I
those.
did, yeah, that I had to like work for. I can't like off the top of my head. I did Jim
Stop.
Gaffigan for one. I did Conan for one.
Oh man,
How about that Gaffigan, huh?
I'd like
Coming
to see
out
your
coming out
Conan.
swinging. I love it, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see, I'll just continue my Britney then. Oh, baby, baby, you go.
You don't even know if something isn't right here.
Where you at?
Something isn't right here. Cause I need to know.
Loneliness is killing me every night.
I still believe.
Still believe. Wow, you're really, and you're back in your childhood bedroom, and that's exactly what you used to do. Sing Britney Spears, the top of your lungs,
Yeah,
while
obviously since I know the words.
while also thinking positively about Jim Gaffigan. This is great. This is
Hey,
You're
totally.
I guess toss out a little shout out to Girls Are Roommates, and hell yeah,
Yay!
absolutely, the series that Julia did with Jackie and Sharon. It's so funny.
Hell
and then
yeah.
The guests on that series, I mean, like you can see everybody.
All
Yeah.
right. I am going to do this. I hope this isn't too loud for my neighbors. Gilbert Godfrey doing WAP, courtesy of the Square Knot. Let's get into it. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. And then she goes on to say the N word, and I'm against that.
Right, but that's not bad.
This is pretty good. Make it
Yeah,
cream,
we're
make
not
me
even about
scream.
that.
Out in public,
Gilbert
make a
Godfrey,
scene.
I know.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Gilbert Godfrey documentary?
No.
And there's a part in it where it shows him like working on a joke, and so it just shows clips of him doing it in different cities, and it's about like eating pussy. That's what that reminded me of. And it's like disgusting watching Gilbert Godfrey just over and over be like, eating a pussy.
She's a man, baby.
I feel like his face is constantly locked right here.
That's good.
Yeah.
He is a
Like,
very
he
nice
was
man, and I
saying
saw
at
his son stand up. His son did
He
the
did?
the
Oh,
stand-up
cool.
class. Yeah, he was a
That's
very
cool.
cute kid.
Did I tell you about the time a man we all know, Mr. Jared Warner, chat knows him grossly as Daddy Jared, which makes me want to throw up.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
it's so
Why?
gross. It's
Did
disgusting.
not make that
It's-
choice. You didn't make that choice. did
No, he was doing he would come over on Fridays and play video games with me for a stint there. Yeah, he was just referred to as by
But he chose that name for himself.
no horny
Your friend married
women, and it's a whole situation, right? When they get all horny and then daddy comes out and whatever.
you?
But either way, he where was I? What was the story here? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Gilbert
You just want to talk
Godfrey.
about your daddy, Jared.
So he used to work at a comic book shop called Forbidden Planet in New York
Oh,
City.
which is pretty cool.
And he was working there, and this couple came in, this older couple, and the wife was like talking with the man and talking with Jared, and Jared actually thought this was like a special needs person that he was helping via the woman. And so he was like, "Oh, I'll help him out," and like treated him like he was R-worded, right? The whole time. And then at the very end, they leave. At the very end, they leave, and someone says, like, "That was Gilbert Godfrey." He thought Gilbert Godfrey was the R word.
What? He
He
didn't
thought
know
it
it was Gilbert Godfrey?
It was he ended up helping Gilbert Gottfried. Didn't recognize him and
God.
also
Oh
thought he
my
was a
God.
mental like he was a vegetable or something. Like
Oh my
I think the
God.
wife was communicating kind of for him, I guess maybe or something that he just
Yeah.
thought he was like slow
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the sad thing about watching this documentary. Like he's
He
old.
yeah.
Yeah, but Jared didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right, Let's Get High one needs a Bill Cosby impression. I'm in jail because I did a bunch of stuff to a bunch of women. Rightfully so, I should
Bill, are
be.
you underwater?
Rightfully so, I should be in
This is
prison.
what we all have to do.
What's up?
This is an impression we all have to do.
No, just me, and I'm
Okay,
doing it right now.
okay,
In
good.
prison for now and forever. Pudding, but they have to hear pudding pop.
I thought I could get away with it, but I couldn't. I'm a bad man. Man, it's in your head. You think you're like, I'm doing it, and then it comes out.
That was good. You had the timing for sure. You had the timing.
Definitely chops it.
Yeah, he
And
chops it.
I watched Cosby Show though as a child almost 5 days a week.
Watch
for
it,
sure.
man, Bill Cosby.
And then when I first moved to New York, I remember Henry and I would watch Cosby Show because we were both home a little early in the day, and it was like the 4 o'clock thing.
Yeah,
Same.
that was
saying.
it. It was everywhere. It was
Wow,
everything.
you a Cosby
Very-
supporter, Carly.
Ameri-
Unbelievable.
Obviously not.
Cosby's supporter,
Isn't it?
Carly
But
Goodspeed.
when people used to ask you like what your this is a little twisted. I'm not happy about this, but like what's your celebrity family? Cosby was always the grandpa.
Yeah,
I'd be like, Bill Cosby's my grandpa,
Right.
Robin Williams is my uncle.
and you were only
know,
saying that because he's
Steve
black.
Martin's the dad.
So you're trying to
No,
look
never played that
inclusive.
game.
You know, on the TV show, he seemed like an excellent grandpa.
Change it to Morgan
And
Freeman. There, he's black,
reality.
old, and decent.
I mean, I'll change my celebrity casting. I'm just saying, for a long time, that was my auto answer, and the reality of the shit fucked up my plan.
Who are you gonna go with? You've got to pick a grandfather that is a celebrity and black. I'm gonna go with Cardi B. What are you going with?
I'm gonna go with James Earl Jones.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one. I should have done that one. Cardi B's kind of that. She'll probably be a bit of an issue, I feel like. You know what I mean? Either way, we've got Carly sing "Just a Girl" karaoke request. Ooh,
Oh, great!
2 for
How did I
1
miss that?
says
'Cause can I do the impression singing version of it?
I will, because they donated for you to sing the song. I will allow the celebrity impression to happen. But if that had not happened, I would absolutely have disallowed.
I see.
Yeah. So there you go. Also, thank you again, Julia, for joining us. If you don't mind, we're going to keep you on the line here until the 9 o'clock hour, and then we're going to switch over to Malachi Nimmons is joining us
But you
in the
can
final
also
hour.
hang out with us in Malachi.
You're free to, but no
do
problem.
whatever you want.
You can
It's
also
more like
peace
if you'd
out.
like to go, it's okay if you want
It's
to
a
go.
it's a
but
whole
Malachi's
commitment.
also pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So
You know what I'm gonna be doing tonight? I don't know if you have. I've been watching the show Dark.
Yeah, everybody's
Oh,
into
God.
this fucking show.
I've
Good
got
show.
the finale, the series finale tonight.
oh my.
Oh, okay. So that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It got
for
really
sure.
crazy, and this is the third season. and very
Well, I would just
complicated.
gushed about how I've been watching a lot of
yeah.
Jersey Shore. We just finished. I'm surprised I didn't talk about this today. We just bashed through both seasons of Umbrella Academy and had a
Yeah,
good.
that was easy. Second
Yeah.
season of Umbrella Academy
So
is
good.
so much better. First season's great. Second season is like, whoa, I love it.
Well, for reasons I don't want to get into too much detail on, this
No, 'cause of
also
spoilers.
this also led us to watching Oliver Stone's JFK, which Lexi'd never seen. And that is one of my favorite movies of all time. Just the pacing of it, the vibe of it is so cool, and it's so. And this is where I'm at in quarantine, Julia. I started crying at the end. Because it was like, because he's essentially making the case for the fact that, like, this was, like, all in the cards for these, like, super rich, elite, warmongering people. And that was the turning point. Like, he was gonna get us out of Vietnam. He was gonna get us, like, he was gonna like, stop the military-industrial complex. And it's like, so I'm just watching this. I feel like it's that fork in the road, timeline-wise. Which, of course, I'm thinking about timelines a lot because Umbrella Academy plays in that space.
Right.
And just thinking
A
about,
lot
like,
of time travel. I just love
Yeah.
time
It was
travel.
dark.
And the characters are really well developed by the second season. They're not just like these like oddball we gave them special powers. Like, no, they actually, they changed, they
Yeah.
evolved.
Yeah, which is cool.
Good.
Julia, can you describe what the basics of what dark is to someone such as
For the
myself
crowd.
who has no idea?
And
And can you do it as
Yeah, without
Rita
giving
Wilson?
as Rita Wilson. Oh,
I
God.
look like Queen Maeve.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So that's good. Oh.
I don't even know. Is that what she did? I don't even know how she talks. It was the first name that popped in my head.
Let's see. I'm gonna do it as wow, I just can't think of a single celebrity. You know, I was like, you know when that happens? You know,
Do it as
give me someone with an accent. I'll just do an Australian accent. So Doc, Dick. Down on this skin, Doc is about. It's in Germany, and it's these different families there, and there's some time travel, and there's some missing boys, and they're trying to find them, right? And,
okay.
And then it just gets real complicated because you're in these different time periods, right? And then there's the different families and how they're connected, right? And but then you're jumping around, and then there's more, you know, it's anyway.
What? No. And then they're
Find out where
jumping.
these missing boys are.
There's people with their
Can't find the
families,
boys. Where are the boys?
and they're jumping around. They're looking for the boys. So it's just
Looking
like
for
the boys.
Getting lost in different period, then that person's missing because they're in a different period. I think I've already given away some spoilers.
Okay, I'll release you from this. I will let you go from this moment in time. Not from the stream though. You have to stay with us for another 20 minutes.
And not from the accent. I'm gonna keep doing this accent. all the
Yeah,
time.
keep doing it. I'm surprised you didn't go with German because it's a German show.
You know what? As I said, it's in Germany. I thought about that. Thought I should have done this in a German accent.
All right. I don't even know why I'm burping that big. I'm just drinking red wine. How is it making me burp like that?
I don't know.
It's odd. All right,
When
Carl.
the wife is gone, the husband will burp, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Comes
Dude,
out.
I am going to cover this. Thank God my walls are white is all I'm going to say. All right? It is just going to fly all over. But it honestly, that is a thing, all right? That has been a weird situation.
What does that mean? Thank God your walls are white.
I'm going to come all over the walls. Government Junior 5
I was
DMX.
still on burping and farting stuff.
Yeah. No. Then I would have said, thank God my walls are brown or even green some
Right.
weeks.
That's why I was confused. Of course, you're gonna come all over the walls.
Right.
Continue.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna sort of have a masturbation sessions. Also, we've got really quick before. Are you getting set up with I'm Just a Girl in the World?
I got Just a Girl ready to roll if you are.
Well, I've got to do DMX. This is from Government Junior. DMX doing the We Are the Jumbo Shrimp chant. I want it back. 2, 3, 4. We are the Jumbo Shrimp. And we're here to play a game. 2, 3, 4. We. It's making me cough. It's not dry. It's not COVID cough. We are the Jumbo Shrimp. Here to play a game. Ah! Arf, arf. Actually, he would have barked because he's the dog.
The caw can
man.
still happen.
He's the
You
dog
bark,
man.
I'll caw.
He's the dog man, Carly. For the. Please.
Trying to set you up.
All right. Why don't you perform I'm Just a Girl for Julia and I. We're just going to sit
Are
here.
you ready, Julia?
You can walk away. You can stay here. Whatever you want to do while this happens at you, to you.
True.
I'm going to refill my
sharing
wine here.
That audio, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up a little bit. Put a little gas in that tank. Oh, my
All right.
goodness.
Are you ready? Let me know if I have to make adjustments.
This is good. This is good.
Take this pink ribbon off my eye. I'm so it's a big surprise. Don't you think I know exactly where I stand? This world is forcing me to hold your hand. 'Cause I'm this girl, oh little old me. Oh, don't let me out of your sight. Oh, I'm this girl, all pretty and pretty. So don't let we had any right. I had it up to you.
Uh-oh, scared baby. Sexy baby.
Yeah, right.
Moment that I stepped outside, so many reasons for me to run and hide. I can't do the little things I hold so dear. It's all the little things that I fear. I'm just a girl, I'd rather not be. They won't let me try, let it know. Oh, I'm just a girl, it's some kind of breeze. There is hidden there in their eyes. Oh, I'm just a girl, take a good look at me. Just don't give this so pretty side. I had it up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what she does.
Hey, I need to hear a sexier. I need to hear a sexier baby. That baby is not horny enough.
Making my
Oops. Can you go oopsie?
I'm just a girl in the world.
Good Lord, life is nice.
Let me be. I'm just a girl living in captivity. Rule of thumb makes me want so. Oh, I'm just a girl. What's my destiny? What I'm supposed to is making me grow. Oh, I'm just a girl. My apologies, but I've become this so virgin. So, oh, I'm just a girl. Lucky me, a Tweedledum, no compare. I've had it up to you. I've had it up to you.
Had it up to. Oops. Oops. Apple Cart. Speaking of TV shows, Carly, if you remember my love for 12 Ounce Mouse, they went and made more episodes for some reason. Also, I just saw posted on Facebook via Twitter that Venture Bros is canceled. So there you go.
Whoa.
2020 back at their bullshit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. So yeah, Julia. Oh, I thought an alert happened. Julia.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Do you have any like funny, witty observations you've made about the world around you lately?
Fucking no, man. I wake up, I eat, I stare at my phone all day, I eat, go to sleep.
You gotta
all
get off that
day.
phone, bro. Get off that
And
phone.
I noticed that old people walk a little slower.
That's a good one. That's an observation. I don't know how witty it is, but it's definitely true. You know? I hear ya.
You got anything yummy? Are you eating anything good?
Eat anything good?
Eating anything good?
Yeah. It's good.
The burgers and fries at 50 West Brewery.
Dude, I wish I had a fucking brewery I could go to because I've been getting really into like craft IPAs. I go to this little shop a few blocks down on Saturdays and I'll get this like varietal of just different dope fancy beers and drink them all night. And man, I wish I had an actual brewery to go sit outside at and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Are there? What about the Astoria? That's not open. The big beer garden.
You know, it is.
Well,
I should
yeah,
really
good
go
vibes.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should really go there. I keep forgetting that things exist, and then you're like, oh, it does. Like, we went to, wow, Apple Cart. We're no longer
Not
friends.
every IPA is bad.
And now I'm in a city. I really
Yeah,
like,
they are.
oh my God.
I'm with whoever
and,
said that
and
IPAs are
Holden is
bad.
the number one APA man or IEPA man, but there's
I
some,
love 'em.
There's some good ones out there.
I
You
like
just
a
need to
juicy
get
one.
that is
Good.
I like a
You know, it's-
citrusy
people like different things.
range.
Juicy IPA.
I like a citrusy IPA. There's this
like
IPA
a
called,
pear IPA or peach IPA or
Oh,
also
I guess-
think they're super like clovey. I don't know.
I
Sometimes
guess,
you get one that tastes like potpourri. That's why I understand.
I like the ones that taste like weed. But I guess everyone hates IPA in chat. So that's interesting.
There's an ebb and flow when it comes to trend.
But there's this one. I'm starting to turn around on sours a little bit. We did the last fun thing I did before the shutdown. It was literally like the weekend before everything shut down. I did a bachelor party getaway with my brother, who is still not married because of everything. But hopefully in October. And we went to Asheville, North Carolina, and
I
just
hate to point this out, but it's
Love
important.
Asheville.
Love
it's
it.
important. You got the COVID at the bachelor party, right?
no, I think Lexi gave it to me. So I had it, Julia.
You got COVID?
I got it like way early on. Like so
But it was right when he got back from the bachelor party.
But this is the thing. So this is why I think I got it from Lexi, because I called Lexi on the phone. I was like, hey, baby, I'm coming home. You know, I'm getting on the plane in a couple hours. And she was like, yeah, it's weird. I just woke up from this nap that I don't even know why I like felt like I had to sleep. I feel like I got plenty of rest. And I've just got this like fever and this like a sore throat, like a cough. It was literally, I was like, you just named every symptom of this super flu that is fucking crushing the world right now. Great. And then I went home and I was literally 2 days behind her the whole ride. So it was 2 straight weeks of COVID.
Whoa.
A full 14-day sickness. That's the thing I think people need to understand. It goes forever. It is endless.
Did you get tested or did you just know?
Yeah, we got tested. We had the antibodies when we got tested. We tested positive, so that means we had it.
Yeah.
So it was really scary. Like Lexi almost ended up going to the hospital because she has really bad asthma, but she ended up getting on steroids and just barely kind of pulled out of it. But I think I got it from Lexi because first of all, she was like, yeah, we live across the street from a fucking hospital, by the way, Julia. And she was like, yeah, I walked by the entrance of the emergency room and this man sneezed in my face. And so that's where she thinks she got it. But either way, like I was always like, if whatever she was going through on like, let's say Tuesday, I would go through that on Thursday. I was always like literally 2 days behind her on the symptoms. And it was such
weird. That's weird to like see what's coming.
Yeah. And it was such a roller coaster ride. Like the fatigue was so weird and strange. Like I would be making.
Did you ever lose taste? They say that's
yeah,
one?
fully.
Oh, you did?
Fully. Yeah. It was.
Did anybody from the bachelor party get it?
My brother got it.
What is interesting about the
but none of the other
taste
two guys. None of the other two guys got it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Whatever, Carly.
The taste thing, though, is that there was someone here who was sharing a story where he was sick.
Thank you,
and
Hal
the
Dog.
wife gave him a glass of vinegar as opposed to a glass of water, and he drank the whole thing.
My thing was this. It was a little different for me. It wasn't that there was no smell. It was that everything had the same smell, and that smell was kind of just on the shitty side. And for some reason, it would be especially bad burnt things. Like, I love fucking bacon. Like having sex with bacon.
Oh, but burnt bacon can be really...
Burnt bacon. And Lexi, like, kind of likes to get things on the more burnt side. And it would be repulsive. And I fucking love bacon. Burn it, raw, whatever you want. I love bacon so much, and I was disgusted by bacon.
It's like sometimes pregnant women just have weird, the sense of smell is all off. And
I also was pregnant at the time, which
so.
Was very difficult, and I shat it out of my ass, the baby. It was covered in my shit. It's so good hanging out with you again, Julia. I wish we could show more often. This is so refreshing.
What was I gonna say? Oh, somebody. So I obviously haven't been doing anything, and then even I had been asked to do a couple outdoor shows, but they were little, outside of a bar, and I was still it's not worth it to do that.
Yeah.
But then the first show that I did was outside of the comedy club, they did it in the parking lot. So I was like, okay, this feels. They had done it a couple weekends. It felt legit. It was safe. It was very spaced apart. Everyone's wearing masks. So I did the show. We're even hanging out, kind of distanced, whatever, and it felt fine. And then when I'm leaving, I'm going back to my car, and then this group of people that was at the show, and they were really drunk. They had a great time at the show, but then afterwards they were like, oh hey, good show. And then the girl comes right up to me with no mask and is a foot away, and she's drunk, and she's like, oh, that was so funny. You reminded me of my friend Katie. Whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm just okay, there's still.
Yeah.
And it sucks that you can't just
Sucks.
say well, there's still COVID. You got to get away.
That's why
so I
the
just,
bar-
stood there and took it and hoped that she didn't have COVID.
That's why the bar thing in general is like, what the like, because Astoria now is pretty open, like, and we definitely go do some dining experiences because like they have that, they're really on top of that. But then you walk by like the little bar stall, because if you, by the way, it's like New Orleans out there.
I've seen pictures, where everything's just on the street.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Like you can get a drink to go and just like walk around in Astoria with like a hurricane in your hand, and it's great. That's really cool. And the outdoor pins are cool, but the outdoor bar pins are like so just, you might as well just lick the person next, like, because the more people are getting, the more drunk too that people are getting, like the less you are thinking about it. So that's, we definitely don't fuck with the bars still, but there are, and we've definitely, like, some restaurants are better than others, but we're starting to learn the good. Like we just did one, they had glass partitions. You use the phone, you use a QR code that they place in front of you to get the menu on your phone. It's, you just trust. You're like, they are so on top of it. I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this steak and not think twice. I did also keep streaming and podcasting that whole week. I did not, much to the chagrin of my co-host, too. Jackie was very upset when I told her after the fact that I had COVID. I just didn't want the phone call. It was freaking me out so much. I really thought Lexi was going to die because she just has really bad underlying health issues, right? And I just was, all I was trying to do was get my mind off of it and just ride this fucking thing out. So And the work helped me forget about it. That was like the one time, like doing a podcast or a stream, that I would get my mind off of my wife dying. So I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want people texting me, calling me, checking in.
Is Lexi okay?
Yeah, it's she, and yeah, she is totally okay. And I told everybody after the fact, but it definitely was. But this isn't about me. This is about Julia Johns. All right, Julia. I hope so. You were. I consider you to be one of the lucky ones, I feel like. Because you were on your way to LA.
Yeah.
Think about how much of a shit fuck that would have been.
The timing is crazy. Although I wonder if, like, because I moved out of New York in February, and I was going to come here for like a month and ended up staying. And so I wonder if, like, if I had gone to LA, since for the first like month I would be staying with a friend, like if I would have just come back. But either way, the timing is like crazy. I could have been in New York, or I could have been in LA, so it really worked out. And I was like, I'm able to help with my brother and his daughters.
And it's really rough in LA right now.
Cool kids.
Yeah, that is so super cool. I think at least you're in the best case scenario, but I do hope you will join me in LA in the future.
Yeah, because I'm getting quite used to living like this.
Yeah. Are you?
Daddy makes me coffee every morning. We sometimes have dinner together.
Don't call him daddy, okay? Please. It's disgusting. You disgust me.
Daddy.
My daddy.
When are you going to go to LA, Holden?
I don't know. Probably, honestly, I've actually, but probably January.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Is that what you're thinking?
Rough time to do it, though.
It is, but I mean, when are you gonna, at the same time, it might be a great time. There might be plenty of apartments opening up and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I've casually look, and like the New York stuff is going way down.
Wow, I'm being called a sellout. I'm being called, oh my God, chat, please, for the love of the Lord. I love you guys. That's so funny because half the chat's like, hell yeah, come out here, because there's a lot of West Coast people that watch. And then there's like, others. Oh, by the way, I should have given you, I don't know if you're looking at chat or anything. I'm not moving now. Maybe in January if everything isn't a fucking bag.
My own landlord, when I said like, hey, we can't pay rent anymore. Because this entire time I've been here, I've been
landlords love to hear that.
And my bills and everything. And, I don't have the job that I used to have. I mean, basically my savings and whatever I get from Twitch has kept me alive this long, but hey, it's a little tight. And my roommates, they did their best. They moved there in February. So they
did?
Yeah, from New Orleans. So they had 1 month to like experience things and then shut down this entire time. And I will say, we had a nice apartment. We had a really good relationship, the three of us. So it was like cool. Like I would not be quarantined with anyone else. But can you imagine if you move away from your hometown for the first time, being New Orleans, move to New York City, move to Brooklyn, and then
brutal.
That's what you get.
That's the person who moved into my place in Brooklyn. She had
Yeah.
just moved from Arizona and just like got a job as like an executive assistant in New York because she just wanted to live in New York. And yeah, she got to experience a month of New York, and now is just stuck in this expensive apartment.
Yeah. Brutal.
It's been hard, but when I talked to my landlord and said like, hey, we're just out of money, he was like, what are you, some kind of quitter? And I've lived there 5 or 6 years at this point.
Yeah.
And we've had a good relationship, and I was like, come on, you know, I'm not a quitter. It's just like reality, man. Like, I can't do the job that I used to do.
Well, what I was going to bring up, too, is speaking of quitters, too, Julia, I am watching LA and seeing this giant mass exodus of all of the, like, most highfalutin comedians, all those Comedy Store people. They're getting the fuck out. I think, honestly, if we get back over there, when we're looking to get over there, I think we could actually... We could make a massive dent on this live scene and do some really cool stuff out there. We just have to kind of be the first ones there when everything opens back up.
Not like y'all don't have the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going in there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Like Rogan, like led this fucking exodus, and it is. I'm
Really?
looking at it and I'm just salivating. Yeah, dude, they're all leaving. Like all
Where
of
are they
those.
going?
All those Rogan like Comedy Store people,
They're going where?
They're going to Texas. They're going
Colorado?
to Joey Diaz is going back to New Jersey. There's just
Well, I guess I'll be the one to replace Joe Rogan.
There you go.
They're very, very similar styles.
You had better immediately go to the Comedy Store and try to, like, as soon as we get over there, because I'm telling you, I feel like slots are opening up, and I want to take it by storm out there. Like, if I do go out there, I want to.
know how.
Yeah.
You better just sink your teeth into it.
Yeah. Just do shows for homeless people. Lord knows they have enough of them out there. Christ, taking over the whole fucking town. These homeless people, tent cities. Either way,
very nice.
About our country.
either way, an hour went by so fast. Let's definitely. I would love to have you back if you would
I'll
come back at
back.
some
This is
point.
So nice. And then
the-
we'll also hang out at other. We'll do just a hangout.
Dude, we did like a Zoom.
I miss you.
We did like a Zoom movie night, and I'll hit you up about it in the future. We did like a Zoom hang movie night, and it actually worked really well, and I think is a better alternative to just the weird like. Hey,
I love it.
like
I do that too. I do movie nights, and then we all just text each other.
yeah,
And
it's good.
look at each other's faces.
It's fun. It's nice.
All
All
right.
right. Have a good one, Julia, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys. Bye, everyone.
Please
Have a good
do. Julia John on Instagram. Like, where do you want?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Hey Julia Johns on
Hey.
Instagram and Twitter.
Hell yeah. And
Oh my bitch.
follow her, bitches. All right. Take care, Julia. Have a good one.
Bye.
Nice to see you.
All right. I just sent Malachi the invite. This stream is flying by as I figured it would.
It really does.
Very exciting stuff. And
Hey, what's my cue on your Nightbot? Is it Carly? So I'll also
exclamation point
there we
Carly.
go.
Yeah,
There you go. I have a
exclamation
website
point
if you
Carly.
guys want to check that shit out.
Oh, man, baby, India, I miss you, buddy. I'm so glad you're here right now. 33 months. India, one of my favorite. And thank you for linking Julia Johns' Instagram. She's legit so funny. She's one of those stand-ups that I saw her when she started, and then I saw her, like, I didn't see her again for several years do stand-up,
Julia
and she
and I
blew
used to
my
go
socks
to the
off.
Open mics at the underground thing. Do you remember in the Lower East Side? We
Yeah.
used to go, and she would do her set, and I would do. I think I was even playing ukulele. Because
You're
look,
such
I
a
wanted
manic
to
pixie
say-
dream girl.
Shut the fuck up. That's not the truth. The truth is, I couldn't play guitar. I never got good at it, but ukulele is pretty easy. And so we would go together and like conquer this little scene and have a good time. But Julia is fun.
She's very funny.
Got to.
Heavily inspired by Jim.
She's fam. She's totally family.
Heavily inspired by Jim Gaffigan. Just such a funny person. So definitely try to check her out. I bet she has some stuff on YouTube or whatever. She's being coy, but check her out for sure.
You
Great
get a
stuff.
lot of it from her Instagram for sure.
Yeah, and we've got Malachi coming in.
That's awesome. Thank you, Slade.
Yeah, Girls Are Roommates too. Check out Girls Are Roommates on YouTube. She co-wrote that,
Oh, man.
co-made that with Jackie. So
They were roommates.
and they were actually roommates, which was a crazy time in my life, and definitely theirs as well. They had a rooftop that insane things would happen on. Absolutely, for sure.
True.
Fantastic. I always say it's my new code word. Fantastic stuff. It's my new catchphrase.
Oh, look at chat helping chat out.
Oh my God, who is joining us today? I don't even know no, I know who's joining us today. And this is Malachi. Malachi, we're still connecting to audio, but once you're here, can you hear me? Now I think.
I can hear you now.
There it is.
There it is.
Malachi,
Hey,
dude.
Carly, how you doing?
Nice to see ya.
Nice to see you too.
Doing all right.
Chat is blowing up right now. People really like you, dude, and are happy you're here.
Yeah.
I'm excited I'm also excited to backyard hang with you this week.
Well, that'll be nice.
I'm having this crazy situation, and again, Chad, I'm sorry, but I'm just informing him up top. Lexi is going away, is left today for a week-long stay at the fancy people that she nannies for's apartment. And so
Malachi, are you ready to be his surrogate?
I'm alone for the first time in this apartment, and so I need you, Malachi.
Yeah. Holden's getting some dick this weekend.
Oh man, I hope it's big.
I hope you're ready.
Hell yeah, dude. You just got to make sure to clean me first, bro, because I'm not fucking really on top of my game with that stuff.
I've been consulting with Lexi all week, and she's letting me know what I need to be prepared for.
It is, first of all, I love heels, high heels. That's my big thing. Not a foot fetish guy. Nice, perfect. I love it.
Life is nice. I have to see my shirt. Fat and sweaty, baby.
I love it, man.
Is that the font from In Living Color?
Yeah,
It's a font from either Martin or In Living Color. One
I
of the
think it's
black, one of the
Martin
black
or
shows,
Fred. Yeah, one of those
Martin.
shows. Or I was gonna say
I
Fresh
recognize
Prince
the
of
Negro.
Bel Air,
No,
actually.
looks good. Looks
Fresh
good.
Prince.
Yeah, but either way, did you see that dark Fresh Prince trailer remake? And Will Smith's now gonna actually fund it. It's like doing a dark remake of a superhero movie, but for Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
No,
Oh.
what?
It's-
That's amazing.
It's pretty fucking
I'm
cool.
really intrigued.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Definitely check it out. And Will Smith it got a lot of popularity. Yeah, it got like the Riverdale treatment essentially. It got a lot of popularity, and Will Smith's like, dude, I'll help you. Like, he's putting money into it, and he might like produce this gritty like reboot of Fresh Prince.
It should be called Entanglement.
Absolutely, or just fucking poor man meets rich man. I think
Yeah.
is what it should be called. But
That's
of
always
course.
a good. It never goes that way. Like
Cyber conflict. I don't know.
What was I gonna say? Tell me about your week. What do you got going? Oh, what's this show? What are you doing? What is this TV show?
Who, me? Who you talking to me?
Yeah, Carly doesn't have a fucking TV show.
I don't know, man. How would I know? I don't know Carly's life.
She's in Kansas. She's in a barn. Look at her. She's in a barn right now.
Bugs and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
talks
God.
about bugs and leaves and shit. She's fucking completely. We've lost her
I
completely.
would actually enjoy that TV show. Welcome to Bugs and Barns with Carly. she just walks around and like points at bugs in different barns and stuff.
Whoa!
I definitely fall into a watch hole. It's called Would You Lie for Me? It's like a spinoff of What Would You Do on ABC, and it's a hidden camera show where we try to get people to lie because everyone is awful. And we shot like over a year ago, and I didn't think it was gonna air, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, the show made it to air, and look out for it. It's in 2 days." So that's it. It's on
Is that
ABC tomorrow night.
That's literally probably like we ran out of stuff. We have nothing. Like, I feel like it's gonna be because I'm thinking about this for video games a lot too. By the way, did you get that Tony Hawk remake?
What? Wait.
Tony Hawk
You talking
remake.
to me?
Tony Hawk.
The remake of the garage or the
Of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah.
where they did it in real life.
Yeah. No. They did a remake of the video game. It came out this past week, and everybody
Oh, no,
loves
I
it.
didn't get that, no.
It's very good. But either way, we can go versus if you want. But either way,
I'm getting it then.
I'm thinking about that with video games a lot, but with movies, TV shows, I feel like it's going to be like March 2021. Everyone's going to be like, where the fuck is anything entertainment-wise, right? Like, where is, like, nothing is
Now,
just...
what reality is reality anymore?
Yeah.
I think it's why time travel shows are doing really well.
Time travel shows
too,
are killing
though.
it. Killing it right
Because
now.
I want to watch time travel shows, and I consider myself a member of that test audience. You know.
Right. I do feel like I was born out of my time. Like I'm more of a 2030 guy a little bit, but that's just me.
You're a future boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you, Malachi, you traveled recently.
Yeah, oh yeah, I traveled. I was I was at home and my brother was like, "Hey, you should come hang out with us in Kansas at the farm for a while."
Wait
And
a
I was
second.
like,
You were in Kansas?
You were in Kansas.
Yeah.
She's in Kansas in a barn right now at a
Wait,
farm.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Southeast
"No
Kansas.
way."
Yeah,
It
I
looks
just
exactly
moved
like
here.
where I was. Yeah, wait, what address are you at? I was in Overland Park, Kansas.
Yeah, Carly was
I
telling me
don't
there was
know
a
that
black
area.
guy that was hanging out in the barn, and he just was facing the corner like Blair Witch Project the whole
Yeah.
time. I think that was
the only
you.
one. Yeah, they send you an email when
Hey,
I cross the state line.
you know though. No, I actually, because I just moved here. There was something to be said for that. Where I was like, I don't know what the diversity level is here at all.
Yeah. No, it's really easy. Once you get there, you see it.
Oh, yeah. I was very pleasantly surprised. I gotta say.
Yeah, at one point Carly had to explain to an old lady what a black man was.
Yeah, it's.
She-
I had
Now
to
we
explain
talk
who I
about
was.
math. Everything is talking about math these days. It's not even touched on. Well, that's not entirely true. But man, yeah, different worlds in Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
However,
it's,
I really enjoy it though. Did you enjoy your visit?
I did. So my oldest brother lives there with
Cool.
his wife, and they're four. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. The most lily white children you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I saw you carrying them around. You're like, I'm the uncle, or what? Or the whatever. And I was just like, okay, all right.
Yeah, and the thing. So my oldest brother he's lighter skinned than me, and then his wife is like the palest person on the planet.
Okay.
So he was talking to me once, and he was like, "Man, he's like, I'm scared for my kids to grow up in a world where black people are discriminated against." And I was like, "Why? You're afraid they're going to discriminate against the actual black people? These are the lightest children. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking. What's the Sound of Music? It's like the
Yeah.
Von Trapps over there, or whatever.
I think they'll have a problem when they say that they're black, and no one believes them.
Come on, man. I'm
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
black. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, talk about winning the skin tone lottery.
Well, Carly has a similar. I don't know if you want to go into it, but Carly has a similar situation with her, half brother, which is kind of funny.
Well, not quite so much. Just that I technically have a half sister who is a sister I've grown up with my entire life. So she's my sister, but her dad is black.
Yeah.
And so we're 12 years apart. So it has been really interesting because she would absolutely tell me, like her experiences.
And I'm thinking of
growing
your
up.
cousin, right? The guy that's super
Well,
fun.
he's not my cousin. He is her brother through the same father.
Right. Yeah.
but
Right.
not.
Yeah.
And no, we would run into and they're awesome.
He's great.
They're
I mean, both of yeah.
absolutely. I mean, like it was always such a pleasure. We'd run into both those siblings live in New York, and we've just run into each other on the street. Once at a coffee shop, once on like a corner underneath a bypass.
And then you got drugged at that bar, unrelated. But yeah, that was crazy.
And he happened to be there for that. Yeah, the time I got roofied.
Yeah, he didn't do it though. Definitely somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy plot twist, though.
Yeah.
I was there that night too, by the way. I was there that night too. I didn't do it either, by the way. I'm not into that kind of. I like my woman to be fucking breathing. I like her to be flapping around like a fish,
Hey, look,
super
that-
aware.
That is the long and short of that whole story. Is like, why does anyone roofie anyone?
Right.
I just was like
Yeah.
pukey and gross.
Yeah.
I puked a lot.
How
Right.
is a woman going to tell you you're unsatisfying sexually if she's not awake?
Just say, even though I think I was like 26 or 27 at the time, I was not freshly 21, which is when I was like really like cautious about my drink. And I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, I've worked at this place. This is my home. This is my turf, right? And totally got roofied, and it was gross. It wasn't sexy at all,
Right.
in my opinion.
Well, if you watch like there's some gagging pornography out there though that is definitely, I think
Not
people
cute,
do like
yeah.
some vomit involved in their
There's
uh,
nothing cute about it.
sexual scenarios, but that's
Don't-
not
why,
me.
Why are you playing devil's advocate?
I'm just saying, I'm
It's
glad.
It's like, well,
I'm just- I'm glad
some people like getting rude.
I'm glad I wasn't around during the advent of internet porn. It's a slippery slope, people. I'm incredibly vanilla. I liked secretary kind of stuff, and that's about as far as we take it.
BDSM is not the same thing as roofing someone.
Right, for sure. I'm so happy we made it to
on
this
that
point in the
note-
conversation.
Yeah.
Malachi, anything interesting happened to you this week?
Yeah. So, look,
And what
so
and what kind of pornography are you watching these days?
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It's so tough asking that question because nobody's done anything.
Yeah, right. That's the whole. Yeah, that's the whole
It's
deal.
kind of like do what you know.
Yeah. So, but I was I
I
went to Kansas and I was planning on staying there. I was planning on being there to see my nieces and nephews at their house for like 2 weeks. But I had to quarantine for 2 weeks when I got there. So I was just
Right.
in my brother's in-laws lake house for 2 weeks, and I was walking down to the lake and I was fishing every day. And it's like there's like this lake community and they all have houses on the lake, and they haven't seen me before. I was there once maybe 10 years ago. So and like sound carries over the water. So I'm out fishing at like 6 a.m. on the dock one morning, and this guy's like, "Oh, there's a new black fellow over there." And I was like, "God damn it!"
I love it too. A black fellow.
Yeah. New black fellow over there. And I was like, "Why do you have an accent? This is Kansas. What the fuck?"
Oh, Kansas has an accent.
I know.
Sure.
This guy was like a Texas transplant, I found out later.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I just wave at him until it's awkward for everyone, including me.
Everyone waves here. If you
Yeah.
don't wave, it's skeptical.
Good
I mean,
Lord,
I
April.
remember when Byron came to New York and he was hanging out on the stoop in Bed-Stuy. He was waving at people just like down the street, and I was like, nobody waves at each other here, but it's cool. I mean, it's cool, but just don't be offended if nobody waves back at you.
Yeah.
And I will say, every single person waved back, and we made a ton of friends. Like,
By the way, real quick, April 5000. I was roofied by a
Wherever you
famous
are.
skateboarder, and it was just because he thought it was hilarious and it was awful. Because of course, puking is awful. Why do I immediately assume it's Bam Margera? I'm so sorry to hear that. It's terrible. But yeah, puking.
yeah.
It doesn't sound like the kind of way that I would enjoy a sexual
it's
experience.
not sexy.
But either way,
But you brought it up, so.
Wait, roofied by a how do you know it was him? Did like not defending the skateboarder, but did you see it? Or
it was not
did he just
Bam.
tell you?
Don't tell me it's Tony Hawk. It's a much older guy.
Tony Hawk is wonderful.
I'm about to play his skateboarding game after this, and I really would
met Tony
prefer.
Hawk once. He was playing Pokemon Go with his son in Central Park,
That's
Wait,
fun.
and it was cute as fuck. I mean,
Much
they were
older than Tony Hawk? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, like an OG. No, you're fine. We're all over the place. We've been drinking at this point. We're having fun. We're lit up a little bit. And we're getting loose. And I'm so happy to have you on here, and I'm so happy to see you. So Malachi, by the way, I just want to say we socially distance in his backyard.
Dang,
So
that's great.
preface that with that. But I'm excited to see you in person this week because I so rarely see anyone outside of my wife and, my own
Bro,
hands.
you see us all inside your wife. Never
Let's
outside.
be gone for a month. So I'm serious. Get ready to become,
Whenever I go to Holden's house,
Man.
it's just him crying and on the sideline while everyone has.
That's kind of my thing. That's sort of that's like my role in the whole thing. You know what I mean?
He's just crying and slapping his soft dick while
Which
whining.
April 5000. Which don't miss the worst part was that I was about to smoke a joint with Lemmy from Motorhead and passed out before I could. That's awful. Oh man, I love that Motorhead documentary. Lemmy seems great. What are you listening to these days, Malachi? Any good music recs?
Oh yeah, man. I have a long. You know what? Let me look up.
Okay.
Let me look up some stuff that I've been listening to a lot of like 2000s hip hop.
Okay.
And here's the thing. When I was at my brother's house, they have a big I mean, they live on a farm, this big deck in the back, and so they play loud music to make the neighbors mad.
Right. And the white children
Exciting.
were thrilled by it or upset by it?
Oh no, those kids love it, man. Like, and I don't have to censor it either. Like they're not the kind of cool parents that say, "Oh yeah, my kids can say fuck even though they're 3." But they do allow music like that, and the kids are just like they know that they're grown-up words, so they're not supposed to say them.
Yeah. I love
But
it.
they can hear them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can hear them. So yeah, I've been listening to like a lot of.
Good
a
luck
lot of,
not hearing cursing in Kansas.
yeah,
Hey,
cursing is actually
I'm
illegal in Kansas. You can go to jail.
well, I mean, I'm a pretty cursing child. I started cursing very young, but I do think that there's a melodic, frequency to the way people speak here, and it includes curse words.
Interesting. What do you listen to, Malachi?
Yeah. Sorry.
The last song I listened to was Caroline by Amine.
Okay.
Caroline, that's my baby. Caroline. That's the whole song. I just did that whole song.
Very good. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah, but I've been really into that's not even 2000s hip hop. That came out maybe 4 years ago. So I just lied.
I asked our last guest this, and she actually kind of had an answer for me. What is your favorite song from Folklore?
Who?
By Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Wait, what's Holden's favorite song?
No, yours.
What's my favorite?
He's
Oh, my
shit
favorite
about
song from
not
Folk.
listening to Taylor Swift.
It's that one. That one that's like that one that's like. Look at these feet. Oh, what happened to my feet? They're gone. Got blown off by a landmine.
Oh my God.
In a landmine field.
Oh my God.
I wanted to do something dangerous.
No.
Why did I do this? Where are my feet? Oh, my legs are gone too. They're just flicking back and forth and blood spurting.
Oh,
Splash,
God.
splash, splash. All over this field.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't heard it, but
That's a good-ass
I
song.
Here first, friends. If
Well,
you
that's
haven't
the-
Deep track.
heard the
That's the
album.
secret track. You have to wait a full 5 minutes at the end of the album. Where
Yeah.
I tried so hard to convince my own band. Carly's a member of it. I tried so hard to convince my own band to have a secret track, and nobody would go on it. They're like, it's all digital now. I'm like, dude, I miss having to wait a full
secret tracks are fun when they're
5
secret.
minutes to hear the fucking Green Day song at the end of Dookie or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Like, or I think there was even one on a Tool album. You had to like hit back a track after like on the final track, and it would play a secret track. Like I miss that stuff, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Government Junior said that's Lana Del Rey. This girl I was kind of seeing
Track
a while
99,
ago.
yeah.
It was a long time ago. But
Do you miss her?
She was like a Lana Del Rey fan. I found out.
Yeah?
So, like that completely. I was like,
Oh, it like
no,
lost
sorry.
you?
Yeah.
It totally
I called
lost
her
you.
Lana Del Narcolepsy
Sorry.
once. And she got really mad at me over that, and that was like that was what tore us apart.
That's brutal. I could see
Really
that
mad?
happening.
Like really mad.
No, she was very upset with me for making fun of Lana Del Rey.
I think
But
I've made-
Lana Del Rey
You're
makes
better
music
off.
for people that like to fall asleep while they're talking. Like it's every song is like, got some water sitting in the park bench, running with my grandma, looking at my new friends. Everybody's ugly except for me.
That's a
walking
different
on the
person's song,
sunshine.
though, isn't it? I think that's someone else's song here.
No. That is Lana Del Rey. 100%.
Is that her?
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can
Well-
write
well-
any of her. Yeah.
Well, Government Junior called Taylor Swift's Folklore album "Boring Lana Del Rey." So
Whoa.
yeah, that was Lord. I knew that was Lord. That was Lord, not Lana Del Rey.
No, it is Lana Del. They're both Lord and Lana Del Rey are the same fucking person.
I've heard that
I don't-
conspiracy theory.
I'm not judgy.
I've heard that
He's all
conspiracy
sensitive
theory.
of pop.
I am a lordy, as they say. I'm a bit of a lorder.
So you enjoy that sleepy white lady music?
I used to travel. I followed her around for a few
Any
for
non-threatening
Multiple dates. Oh my god, non-threatening, please. I love mean, angry women that yell at me in the microphone. One of my favorite songs is Shauna Molests "Get a Job." Get a job, you suck a fuck. You should go to school. You should fuck your. You know what I mean? I love that song by Shauna Molest. That's rough. I know your mom thinks your dick is too small. Like, I fucking love that song. So, either way, do you manscape?
I know your mom thinks your dick is too small.
I don't even know. I like Laura Marling, actually, quite a bit. Apple Cart. Good call. Good rec for me. That's a good rec for me.
Yeah.
Do you?
I saw that Julia Johns was on earlier.
Yeah,
I know Julia.
Julia's great. She was on the hour 2, and it was so. I've seen you. I mean, obviously we're essentially neighbors. I mean, I can walk to your place, and I've had you on. You're a fan favorite now. You and Marie from Reformed Horrors are like, I think, the only two who have been on here for not only more than one week in review, but also I think 3 each at this point. We love having you on.
Come back whenever you want.
Yeah, we love having you on the show.
I come whenever Holden tells me to.
Yeah, I hit him up. I'm like, I know who's got nothing going on, and I text. I'm afraid to. You know what it is too, though. I'm afraid to ask. I'm afraid to ask new people. I'm such an introvert, Malachi, that I'm afraid to ask new people who I'm not sure like actually wants to do it, because I know in my heart when someone asks me to do something and I don't actually want to do it, I also feel I say no maybe, or I do it, but either way I feel guilty that, like, if I say no, I feel guilty that I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to do it.
With new things, though.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're uncomfortable with new things.
Yeah, I don't like new experiences.
Doesn't like them. He likes to be familiar.
Yeah.
Well,
There are other people who really like new things.
Yeah. Fuck scuba diving. Like fuck snorkeling. You know, or scuba. I've snorkeled before. Fuck scuba diving. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Just so you know.
I can call some of my famous friends. I don't know if you've ever seen Sharknado, but I know a guy that was an extra in the second one. So if you want to have him on, Also, have you ever heard of Billy D. Williams?
Yeah, I super know Billy D. Williams.
I know a guy named Billy D. Williams. Not the one you know, but he would also probably be free. And the real one.
Malachi, can I blow your mind right now? Mm-hmm. And again, special shout outs to Metal Flak for making this happen. So on Jackanese, which you did at Jackanese, you did like one of the crazier Jackanese we ever did, where it was really like this emotional BLM like episode. Yeah. Usually we get hammered and we just like, talk nonsense for 3 hours.
Instead I was crying.
Instead we're crying. Everyone's crying. I was holding a baby at one point. I was like,
really?
Where did this come from? Yeah, I was like holding a baby.
Was it a black baby?
Yeah, I was smelling it. I was like, God, this baby smells so good. It was like great. It was a totally different night, but it was so good. Yeah. But what we normally do is someone usually, like most weeks, not every week, but someone donates for this very particular edit of it's called Bustin', which is an edit of the Ghostbusters theme song, where it just repeats like bustin', 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 and we dance and we turn into a dance party or whatever, right? So 2 Jackaneses ago, we through Metal Flak hooked it up. We got Ray Parker Jr. on the stream. The guy who wrote, the guy who does the Ghostbusters theme song, also worked with Shaka Khan, Tina Turner, Bill Withers. Like, this guy's track list is fucking, like, talking about working with Prince, talking about working. It was just
on your stream.
He has the craziest track record. And yeah, there's the link for it. Oh, yeah, people are linking it. So we isolated it and linked it. And we interviewed him. And then I was like, I'm about to do the weirdest thing I've ever done before in my life. I'm going to play this Bustin' video. We're going to dance like crazy. And you're just going to, and he was like playing guitar along with it. And he like played some music for us and stuff. It was the fucking craziest shit ever. It was like.
I feel like without the pandemic, that wouldn't have happened. I feel like people are like, and this is like, I feel like people are respecting what you do more now, because they're all trying to rush to find a way to do what they were, like entertainers are trying to find a way to do what they were doing, and you know, and I know for a fact, because a couple people I've talked to have tried to make the transition from whatever they were doing entertainment wise to what you do, and they're like, wow, you know, I didn't think this was so involved. And I'm like, yeah. And like in my heart, you're getting your comeuppance.
A little bit, I will say, yeah, a little bit. I feel like in a way people were kind of like, oh, Holden's over there doing his like baby streaming stuff. We're doing, you know, whatever, I don't know, stand up at the Improv or whatever, right? Or improv at the stand up or whatever it is, right?
Improv at the stand up. Which has happened, actually.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. I know you guys were here to just have dinner, but now we're going to play some improv games. Really excited to see you guys enjoy this. Yeah, for sure. But, yeah.
Everything you say tonight will be made up from our own brains. Everything. No, you'll see it here tonight, and you'll never see it again. So you're lucky. You're seeing the exclusive premiere, and it'll never be shown again. It's like if Hunger Games was shown to one person, and they never showed it to anyone else. That's what you're seeing right now. Can I get a suggestion from the crowd? And there's no one in the audience. Just like
pornography. Yeah, it's always
there's one time
Bill Cosby. You know, it's just like
yeah. This time I don't know why I thought. Oh, I said no one in the audience, so I thought of this. I was doing an open mic in Canoga Park, California.
Fuck yeah.
Like, if you've never been to Canoga Park, just get inside of a garbage can and you'll have the same experience.
Is it northern, southern? I have no idea where that is.
Yeah, where is that?
I think it's north of Hollywood. It's like near Sherman Oaks.
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
Or yeah, I don't know if it's north, but it's near Hollywood. So so I went to do this open mic, and and I went and checked in with the guy, but he forgot to put me on the list. So he's like, he forgot I was gonna. So I finally went up after almost everybody had gone up, and I was like, hey, do you know when I'm coming? And he's like, oh, oh, I forgot to put you on there. So he put me on to like last in this open mic. So by that time, there was an audience for it. It was at a bowling alley though. It was at Canoga Park Bowl, but they had this like place for karaoke, but they were using it for stand-up. So by the time I got up there, everyone had left except for this guy in a wheelchair. So they were like, it was like this weird setup. To get to the chairs, you have to go downstairs. And so the guy in the wheelchair was sitting down there, and he's like right in the front. So I'm telling these jokes, and he gets a phone call in the middle. And he's like, yeah. He's like, come get me. He's like, I need help getting up the stairs so I can stop listening to this jackass on the stage. And so as I'm finishing, two people come down and like grab each side of his wheelchair and pull it up one stair at a time. It's like, while I'm telling jokes to my slowly exiting audience. Like
you didn't acknowledge it? You didn't say anything?
No, like I was brand new. I was like a year into stand up, and I just kept going. Like my thought was, well, I gotta power through this.
That's so good.
Yeah. How do you get the crowd on your side by making fun of the one person in the crowd that's being lugged out in a wheelchair upstairs because he's not mobile?
Right. Yeah. It's like, I don't even know how I would spin it, but I just feel like I feel like you learn that after a minute of stand-up or whatever. And that was the hard thing about doing sketch comedy at stand-up shows. Sketch comedy at stand-up shows, we had to just be intimidating enough, hopefully, for people to not want to talk during our sketches because, like, that's why we would like play the music and like essentially just sort of like thrash our bodies around in a way that showed people that we would
time to get distracted.
Yeah, we would potentially fight them if they actually did try to talk during, because once we're doing the sketch, it is what it is. But I feel like, yeah, after a while you learn, you're like, oh yeah, if something like that, a bomb like that drops so fucking hard in front of you, like you have to find a way to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, for sure. That's so great. But that's even funnier, though, as a story that you weren't at that point.
Yeah.
You know? Or you just kept trying to do bits. You just kept trying to do bits.
I finished to an audience of chairs, man. Like, I finished, and then, like, the host wasn't even watching. He was like hitting on this girl outside. I could see him outside the door, because there were, like, these glass doors at the top of the...
Right.
Like, at the exit, and I could see him out there, like, spitting game. You know that, like... the way guys move when they spit game. He looked really stupid. But anyway, he's like trying to talk to this girl out there, and and I was just like eating shit, man. Like I was bombing even though there's no one there. Like there's no one there to disapprove of what I was saying, and it was still just an experience.
Ryan Osmosis with a hilarious question. Did you get paid?
No, absolutely
No
not.
fucking what? Yeah,
No, I
not
didn't get paid.
on
man.
not for a minute. Anxious Spider-Man, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'll eventually probably do a roundtable segment or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm Lizard Holden right now. I don't know what you need me to
I
do.
think Calvin definitely had some rando shows that were just like in odd locations or whatever, and we wouldn't have like a huge audience, and we'd wind up singing very intimate sets to a few people. I mean, I don't know. At the same time,
Music's
that
so
can be
fucking
fun.
music's so much fucking easier
It is.
though,
It's
Malachi.
much
Music,
easier.
especially
You
if
don't
you're
have
like
to rinse
loud.
off them.
Yeah, unless you're like like a lutist or something. Like you're just gonna blow the room out anyway with sound.
Yeah.
You know, so even if there's 3 people, if there's a drunk person who's trying to, aka our guitarist brother, who's trying to like disrupt the show, like it doesn't matter because we're just gonna play this rock song really loud, you know, the whole time. Like no one can. That's one thing I learned is like it is way fucking harder. I feel like to do stand-up comedy, improv sketch than to, at least just in terms of the moment-to-moment audience interaction, than to perform music live.
Well,
Like
because
it's
you got a whole band with you, and if no
Yeah.
one's out in the audience or like it's not super engaging, or I don't know, you can engage with each other and
Yeah.
then hopefully encourage it with
Yeah.
the folks in the crowd.
my problem with
But
playing music
you're
is
alone.
I was getting way too much pussy, and I was like, dude, I
Oh.
cannot receive anymore. I was at one point.
Get away.
Right,
Get
I was
away.
drown. I was like, "Am I drowning right now?" I thought I was in a pool or something. I was in my own bed.
That's where they came up with the
It's
term.
it
Man.
was insane. Just-
MD Leo Spaceman
that-
said, one time I showed up at a local bar my friend worked at for a stand-up open mic. I had maybe 10 minutes of material. I get there, they tell me that the host didn't show up and I had to host.
Yeah.
Typical. Normally I go on late.
MD is awesome, though,
People
I will
left.
say.
And here I was hosting and making jokes about, I'm going to say, fucking my mom to Boomers Out for dinner. Worst night ever. I think that's the best night ever, man.
Yeah, that sounds great though. That's your story though. At the same time,
Wheelchair
right?
Guy show is one of the best shows I've ever done.
I mean, I could tell. I feel like I've told every Nightmare stand-up sketch. I remember one. I did the whatchamacallit, the best, probably the Comedy Cellar, right? Probably arguably the best club in New York, right? I did the Comedy Cellar open mic. I don't know if they still did this, but it was like on a middle of the afternoon. It was like the sun was still out.
Yeah.
I remember I sat down next to this guy. He was wearing like a business suit, and he was like out of town. He was like clearly like kind of and he was much older than me. And we were kind of talking a little bit before, right? And I definitely had one of those stand-up sets where this was always, and this happened to me a few times because I always say this. People either want to be Bill Hicks or Andy Kaufman when they first get to New York as stand-ups, at least when I started.
Yeah.
People would show up in New York and you would either be like Mr. Edgy political guy or Mr. Edgy humor guy or Mr. like, I'm so out there that
Yeah.
like it's art now and not even trying to be funny. And I was like
stroking a lobster while they're doing their whole set.
and I was like I was a Kaufman guy. And I would
Okay.
close.
While you knew you were going to be humping the floor for about 10 minutes.
So my whole set that
for
ends with
whomever you speak to.
Dan St. Germain bought this bit for $50, by the way. I would get everybody to slow clap. I would like do this whole thing. I would talk about how my mom died in a dildo factory or working at a dildo factory, and then I'd get all sad, and then I get everybody. I'm just like, everybody just clap your hand. I get everybody in the room to slow clap, and then I would just collapse to the floor and dry hump the floor and moan like oh, and just try to do it until they stopped clapping. Sometimes they wouldn't though, so I'd have to like cut it out or whatever.
It was funny.
And it was okay. But either way, like,
Honestly, it worked well because I mean, if you were in the audience, you're just like, "Why am I clapping? What the hell is
right,
this?"
right,
But you couldn't stop because you want to be supportive. In some
right,
way, I guess.
right. They would usually clap, but either way, this room of people fucking hated
yeah.
me. And the guy in the suit, super. I think he was the
That's it though.
host, and I think him as well went up after me and just spent their entire time making fun of me. It was one of those scenarios. Also,
no.
shout outs to, by the way, also Giannis Papas fucking did that to me. I did my set, and he went up and spent half of his set making fun of me. And my girlfriend was there that night, my girlfriend at the time, and she was so mad at him. And it's so funny because I always remember that now, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him at this point, but it was just very funny because I fucking hated his guts that night.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he got on stage and spent half of his set shitting on my set, which I feel like is. Have you ever done that to someone?
No, like
That's a weird move, a little bit.
I never have because it's no, I've never shot on somebody afterwards. I've had times when I've said, oh, I should have but it's just, I guess I'm not a mean-spirited person, so.
Right.
Like, the most I've done is after they got off, if it's really bad, I'm like, oh, that was unfortunate. And then you just move on.
Yeah.
Like, you just let it go.
That is good. I like a little one line. It was that he, like, definitely carved out a whole set. But either way, I'm fine with it. I don't care about, Giannis is fine. But either way, to finish my story, I left the Comedy Cellar that night. Or that day, it was still daylight out, and I was so depressed. I went to go to a Murder Fist meeting, and I'm walking through Washington Square Park, and a bird shat on my head.
Oh,
and
nice.
it was the perfect New York, like, first
like a nice
year.
little topper.
Yep, first year in comedy, and I was headed to your apartment at the time, Carly, which was a horrible part of Bed-Stuy at the time. So it was just like, I was just,
built in 1902 with a bay window.
yeah.
It was a historic building.
And Henry got mugged 3 times while he lived in that apartment.
Henry was a baby doll when we first
that's the
moved
thing.
there. He was a baby doll. I remember one of the occasions. All right, he had an umbrella. It was a rainy day, and someone came up to him and said, "Hey, can I share your umbrella with you?" And then said, "Hey, I have a gun, and give me your money." But he never had any money, so he got mugged twice. And was mugged both times for $7. So he got mugged for $14. But while he was a babe in New York City, and it probably made him smarter. In the sense, like, if someone says, "Can I share your umbrella?" It's like, "No, man, sorry." Like, anyone come close to you, like, just.
I mugged Henry the first time I saw him too.
Yeah, right?
Henry's muggable as fuck.
My first,
especially 15 years ago, if you can imagine.
so I didn't get fucked with too much. I had a moment where a car, like a big car, I was walking home, and I would literally like
with the cane holding.
I live like a few stops away. The guy with the cane punched me in the face, but that was a different story. But I was a whole I would like dress down to go home. I definitely also lived in a pretty rough part of town that wasn't too far from where they lived. And a car at one point
lived in a tricky spot.
A car that at one point jutted into the sidewalk like it was gonna hit me, and then like pulled off at the last second. Like that was
I thought you were gonna say they jumped out and robbed you.
No. They just wanted to frighten. They just wanted to frighten the fuck out of me. But either way, I didn't really deal with a ton of stuff. But Henry would be like, "Halloween, man, you got to be careful. The kids throw eggs at us. Like they throw eggs at the white people." And I was like, "What are you talking about, Henry?" And it happened to me once while I was with Henry. It only happened to me one time while I was with Henry. We're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, out from behind this fence, we never saw the kids, but just these eggs just started flying at us, and we're just like running our. It was so funny. But I was like, of course I'm with you. He like attracts it. Remember those kids punched him in the back of the head in Ridgewood?
Yeah. Henry had a hard time early on.
Henry had a hard time.
Like Henry. He's so nice.
Teddy bear. He looks like a teddy bear, and he was much
so
more
funny.
vulnerable, way less confident when we first.
It was
moved
so
here.
funny. So I remember
And
just.
we lived in Bushwick, but it was before, Bushwick was gentrified. Anyway, I think we were among the first white folks in Bushwick. So, I got called Snowflake all the time. I was a substitute teacher, so I would get home by 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and that was cool. But, I was like, does Snowflake, is it a compliment? Does that mean
What does
I'm
snowflake mean?
just
Just white person back then? Is that what that meant?
It depends, man. Like, look, you move into
with malcontent, but it was also acknowledging that I was there.
It's nice to be
That's what I
seen.
say. Well, I don't know.
The one.
Early gentrification.
Oh my God, a $50 donation from Government Junior. If you could just tell my dog Bean that he's been a good boy. He's so good. Bean.
Wait, I thought you were gonna ask for 10 celebrity impressions.
Bean.
50 Government Junior. Thank you so much, my friend.
Bean, thank you. You're such a good boy, Bean. Everyone in chat tell Bean that they're a good boy.
Government Junior, if you give me 10 celebrity impressions, I'll do them all.
If you give Malachi 10 celebrity impressions in chat right now, Malachi will finish out the stream with all of those celebrity impressions.
I was in
Impressions, I'm not.
I was in an audition once, and they were asking us all to do a celebrity impression, and they didn't tell us they were going to ask for this before we got in there. So everyone goes down the line, and they all do their impressions, and then I was like, I can do an impression of a lot of celebrities, so name any celebrity, and I can probably do an impression of them. And they're like, "Wow, you're like an impressionist." I was like, "Yeah, I do a lot of people." So they were like, the guy's like Brad Pitt, and I was like, "Okay." So I took a moment, I paused, and I was like, "Ah, what happened? I'm black. Where are my abs?
Just a man, baby.
Then I stopped, and I was like, that was my impression of Brad Pitt waking up as me. I was like, I could do it for everybody. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
I love.
Didn't get the job.
That's amazing.
Oh,
I also
respect that. That's good.
I love the recent development with Brad Pitt is now banging this chick who is in an open relationship. She's like a 27-year-old model in an open relationship
with Brad Pitt.
No. She's in an open relationship with like a 60-year-old restaurateur. And I just love and she's banging Brad Pitt on the side, and I love it too. The people are tweeting just like, yeah, I bet if Brad Pitt wanted to fuck my wife, she'd also be in an open relationship right now. Right? Like, also, we just got a $10 donation from MD Leo Spaceman, who asks Malachi to do his best celebrity impression. I mean, I feel like you just did your best, but maybe your second best.
I just did it.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. I'm not an impression guy, but
that's fine. None of us are.
Malachi, do you want to do a karaoke at all?
What? A what? A what with a
You
what?
don't have to do
He has to do a
karaoke,
celebrity, but we don't have any karaoke. He has to do a celebrity impression. Is his best one.
Let me think.
Prepare. Clear the throat. Prepare.
All of my impressions, I have to say who it is afterwards, because otherwise no one will know.
We'll guess. We'll make it a guess, and Chad can guess as well. So don't tell us who it is. We will all try to guess what it is.
Okay.
Do you have COVID? What's going on right now?
Yeah, no. That's, I get real phlegmy when
you do impressions.
I get real phlegmy before I do an impression. It was an early morning in the middle of summer. I ran to the field and saw a man there, and I said hello. And he said, "Why did you say hi to me?" And I said, "Well, I wanted to bid you a good day." And he said, "It's not a good day because I'm working here in this field. They beat me with the whip. They don't pay me any money, for I am a slave." And I said, why are you a slave?" And he said, "I was born into this." And I said, "That's unfortunate for you, sir." This has been Morgan Freeman telling the story.
I think it's Morgan Freeman. He just gave it away.
Definitely Morgan Freeman.
MD Leo Spaceman guessed it right. So that's why MD Leo Spaceman, you will get your money refunded to you for your
said
dinner.
it?
Yeah, he said it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He said it immediately.
Wow.
That was Morgan Freeman. Perfect cadence, perfect, melodic.
Thank you so much. I've been working on that for 3 minutes, and I'm really happy that...
She's a man, baby. By the way, really...
talk about this.
Yeah. Clear the floor. Let Malachi. This is your moment to speak. This is what you have to say to the world right now.
It's about you, Holden. It's about you.
What am I doing wrong?
No, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
So I went to this show. It was one of the first shows I saw. Kevin invited me to this show called. It was like the what? It was the Ninjas. The something. What was that group that Kevin and Jermaine had? like the something ninjas.
Yeah,
like
I'm
the,
trying to remember.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. There was a show in Brooklyn, and it was a trash bar.
Yeah.
And they were like, and now we're having a sketch comedy group come up, and I was like, oh fuck, man, like whoever it is, like Gerard Carmichael had just gone up and like crushed, and I was like, whoever it is.
I remember that night. That
I
was a
like, whoever it is,
scary
they're gonna
night.
suck. I was like, sketch comedy at a stand-up show.
Yeah.
And then Holden and Henry get up on stage and did this sketch that was
A is
like,
for Apple.
they fucking destroyed. Like I was sitting there and look, like I was new to New York. Maybe I'd been here maybe 6 months, and and I was just like, I hadn't seen like good sketch comedy live because I had been in Chattanooga and LA, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I just seen a bunch of crappy stuff, and you guys got up there and fucking demolished, man. Like people were standing up and clapping and stuff. I wasn't standing up and clapping because there was a reason. There was like some physical reason. I don't know. but yeah, like you guys fucking ripped it. And then after you, Michelle Wolf got up and fucking tanked because you guys had like. I feel like you took all the laughter out of the room. There was no more. There was nobody.
That's insane. I will say, She's a Man Baby, first of all, Thornography just donated another 50. And who said Holden has to do his best impression of Jake doing his Geiger impression. I will absolutely do that, Thornography. Also, I feel like I'm just like you, though, every time I was about to go up and do that at a show where Carmichael had just gone up and killed, where I'm even thinking, fuck, why, what am I thinking trying to do sketch comedy in a show like this? And it was always like that.
Like Kamel was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Early on, we did shows with Galifianakis.
But it's funny because I feel like it would always be like, how are we going to get away with the murder that is doing sketch comedy at this unbelievable live show that we got booked on? Because we did, man... Like, there were some fucking lineups that we were a part of that were just so absurdly good. Yeah.
Look, man, but that's what's fantastic about the art because it's like it doesn't matter. Like it is a stand-up show, yes, but it's like, you know, like if you were at a slam poetry show and then somebody comes up and pulls out a ukulele and just sings like this like fantastic dope ass song, and it's like greatness doesn't really have any boundaries. So when you're really, really fantastic at something and you go in, like you guys went into, and I think like one thing that I really remember, and I was so inspired by this because I was so new to New York. Yeah. And I was so like, there were things that I was afraid of doing and that I wouldn't do. And it's like, I wouldn't do sketch at a stand-up show. Like I never would have done that. And I saw you guys do it and do it so well. So I think it was the fact that like you were so good at it. And it's like, it just like, it doesn't matter what happened before or what's going to happen after. It was that, like, in that moment, you guys are just fucking fantastic, man. Like, that's what it was.
It was like going into war, and I feel like that was... But it was kind of a funny thing is it made us better, but it was so much because we went to improv and sketch shows, and they fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And the people were lame. And we, you know, and UCB was UCBing us constantly. Was
moving New York with a group of about 12 people who were hungry and anxious and organized and ready to like rock made a huge difference because I feel like people were just trying to get that sort of enthusiasm together, and yet we had that in Tallahassee, so we just like took it. And we were, I mean, doing stand-up shows with some of these amazing performers. I mean, it was a community event, I think.
It was a funny thing, too. I feel like if the sketch and improv scene was good, we wouldn't have even done that difficult thing. But it was just like, oh, man, stand-up is so much, like, the stand-up scene's so much cooler, what's going on, you know? I mean, then, yeah, so it's interesting. And now it's, God knows what's going on. Either way, well, thank you. That is an unbelievable compliment, and I greatly appreciate it, Malachi.
Yeah, man. I think I probably told you that before, but I think I have. But it's just like that particular show that you guys did, just it always stands out in my mind. And it did because I came here as an improviser first and like a stand-up second. And you know, when when I like that, like it just gave me being new to the city and that being something, it just gave me so much it gave me confidence in what I was here to do. Because I was like,
Hell yeah.
you know, it's like it doesn't have to be all stand up. Like I can
Just do it.
and like improv got me my first TV job. Like it eventually
I know
was getting paid.
We've been dunking on improv, but like Malachi's a fantastic improviser
Yeah.
that has done a lot of really good stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's my shit, man.
We did not have great improvisers to play with
Yeah.
in the early years.
No, but like the first it's like one of those stories that you hear like that I had heard before. I was working at FAO Schwartz. It's my first job in New York City. Yeah. Oh, actually my first job in New York City was getting dicked over by a comedy club owner. But anyway,
that's a rite of
second
passage.
job- Yeah. The second job was FAO Schwartz, and I was supposed to be working there. I left instead of clocking out because they asked me to come do a show at Broadway Comedy Club to fill in for somebody that was sick last minute. And I was like, I'm at work, I can't. And they're like, we can't find anyone else. So I just left and walked out and was like, well, hope I don't lose this job. But I was here to do improv, not to work at FAO Schwartz.
Right.
Here to, like be a comedian. So I went to this show, and it was a great show. And afterwards, two people came up to me and they're like, hey, we're casting a show. Can you come audition for it? They're like, we loved you. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And here's the thing, they weren't even supposed to be in our show. The comedy show the stand-up show downstairs was at capacity. And that's when they wanted to go to. And they're like, hey, sorry, the show is full. You can go upstairs if you want. So they came to this show, sat down, saw me at the open, and then stayed through to the end. And then I auditioned for that show, and it didn't end up getting picked up. But through that, I met someone who introduced me to another person, and then I got my first TV gig from just leaving my shitty job and going to do what I wanted to do. So
you never know.
Those signs always become so apparent. Yeah, for sure. Anxious Spider-Man asks, what is your favorite Murder Fist sketch to perform? Maybe the one I think you're describing, which is A is for Apple.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah. And we did that so many places, and it killed. Early on, I would say was in a way Igmar Bergman, because I had to just come out moaning completely naked, covering my junk. And it was just really liberating. I felt like such a badass, just
we
being
had a
completely.
giant eyeball in that sketch. It was a weird sketch, and I was a big fan.
That was a good one.
Really strange,
You were in that one, right, Carly?
Yeah. Well, I generally supported anything that was pretty off the norm.
Chad is a great one. All right, we have stuff we have to do. First of all, Thornography. Holden has to do his best impression of Jake doing his Geiger impression. Jake Young.
There was also someone who was having a little trouble. Anxious Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah, we got him the link.
Okay.
And the Apple Card karaoke time. I have the karaoke song. And you did your best celebrity impression. Yeah, Morgan Freeman. All right, so, and another donation is coming in. What is it going to be?
Thanks, friend. Thanks for all the
15 from Anxious Spider-Man. I love y'all. Can I get a ho? I just did it. So there you go.
Oh.
Thank you so much. All right. This is me doing Jake's H.R. Geiger. And I believe that alien is the greatest creation of my time for what I gave to the thing that is here. Now I've gone to prison now, and I've got to deal with the. I'm sorry, I went into Bill Cosby. I always end up going into Cosby. No matter what, we ended up doing some Cosby earlier, so it was very, very upsetting.
Pudding is the entry word into.
It's always pudding. You have to say pudding to activate Cosby.
Yeah, to activate the Cosby, the pudding, and then it comes out of the mouth. And the chocolate, and the vanilla.
Any kind of
strawberry pudding, we don't know. It sounds disgusting. Pudding. There it is.
Yep.
That was the best one in the night for sure. Thank you, Anxious Spider-Man, for the $15 donation. And I guess we'll close it out with this. This is from the Apple Cart, our friend Evan, and forgive me, Malachi and Carly. I have to sing this karaoke song right now, and you're just gonna kind of stare at me while I do it.
Yeah.
Apologies. Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
throw
Play
in
it.
some Bill Cosby puddings while you're singing?
Yes,
And you
please.
share
if
the
you
audio,
could.
and we'll mute ourselves. so
Yeah,
we
I'll
can
share
hear
the audio. Do your thing, however you want to do it. So you'll definitely hear the audio. And yeah, let's fucking kill it with this. Hey, by the way, we're gonna raid the Art Smackdown stream at the end of this. Okay. This is I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, by the way, by the Monkees, and I feel like embarrassed at my lack of Monkees knowledge. So I'm gonna be winging this one. In other words,
Wait,
is what I'm
who's
saying.
doing what to the Art Stepping Stone with the what? With the what now? What's
I'm
happening?
Not Your Stepping Stone by the Monkees is the karaoke song I will be singing. Entrapment also I will be streaming tomorrow night. I should say for a replacement of the marriage test. I don't know what I'm gonna stream. Maybe I'll just play Tony Hawk and hang out and we'll just do our thing. But either way, I'll be doing that. And Malachi, I will most likely be seeing you again on Thursday, I'm thinking. If not
Well,
Wednesday.
If you need to fill time, fucking call me tomorrow and I'll
You want to
I'll
hang
join
out?
you
Hey,
in
maybe
Tony
maybe
Hawk.
I will. I may take you up on that
I
if you
stream
want
on
to.
Thursdays and do karaoke at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any song you like, it's for collabs.
Yes, hell yeah. That's also twitch.tv/Carl's Bad Speed.
Carl's Bad Speed. Are we doing? Okay, this is not.
Carly,
confirmed,
I'm
but we
watching
might,
that stream this Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Dude, it's so fun. It's the way I'm getting to get my music out, and it has been a really good time.
I'll be your wife for the night. All right, let's do this. I will share. I'm sharing my computer sound. Let's go. I got to be British, right? I'm not your stepping stone. Am I doing it? I'm not your stepping stone. You're trying to make your mark in society. You're using all the tricks that you used on me. You're reading all them high fashion magazines. The clothes you're wearing, girl, are causing public scenes. I said, I'm not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. They're not British. They're the American version of the Beatles. No! Sorry, I forgot they're American. Please, all right? Not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Not your... Oh, they didn't want to sing it again? Apple Cart, by the way, thank you again for donating for this. Greatly appreciate it. This is a good one. This is a banger. Everybody, let's try to have sex tonight. I don't care. Get COVID. Fucking do it. Just come on somebody. When I first met you, girl, you didn't have no shoes. But now you're walking around like you're from Page News. You've been careful about the friends you choose. But you won't find my name in your book of who's who. I said, I'm not your stepping stone. And no, girl, not me. I'm not your stepping stone. No. No. Not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. Oh shit. I'm not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone. No girl, not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone, not your stepping stone. All right, I think I nailed it.
Perfection.
That was fantastic.
I probably killed it.
Perfect.
I probably killed it.
Fantastic.
But either way, thank you so much. We're all going to get laid. I agree, the Apple Cart. I'm going to close it out. I'm going to play the song, and we're going to raid Art Smackdown. I'm guessing it started at this point. They're pretty on top of it. Yes, it
Did
has.
we meet all of the donations? We did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm almost certain.
amazing.
I'll refresh. Did someone say it didn't? That
No,
song
that's
just
okay.
got
I
you
just
lit?
want to make sure. I lost track a little bit.
I'm in
Spider-Man
Malachi, says
said
Hal
that
Dog.
song just got me laid.
Hell yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a tiny cum. It wasn't like a full blast, but I had a little droplet, I think, happen, like a little pre.
cool.
Hell Dog said I'm in that. You're not in me right now. I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Hal Dog is a mouse, and so I think maybe you don't notice it right now, but Hal Dog is a talking mouse, so that is actually
Okay.
possible. We got Anxious Spider-Man. I'll do a song. I have to raid this stream, but remind me that you donated next time, next Monday, or even tomorrow night, and I will totally give you a final song. But I've got to raid these guys. I'm so sorry. Come back tomorrow. I'll be on at 9 p.m. ET, and I'll do whatever song you want. All right.
Hey, thanks for having me. And
Thank
good
you
to
for
see
doing
and
it.
Carly, and thanks for everybody in chat. Man, you guys are so awesome. You make me feel so great when I come on here and see you guys
Do you
talking.
want
It's so
anyone
fantastic.
about like anything that's happening right now? Do you have anything you want to share before we go?
We already promoted it. The
Okay.
live for me show or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I love everybody, man. You guys are fantastic. That's what I have to share. You guys are fucking great.
Hell yeah. A lot of love in the chat. All right, I'm going to raid this stream. I'm going to play this song. Good night, everybody. Malachi, say good night.
Buenos dias.
Carly, say good night.
I go no.
Good
Yes,
night,
I-
everybody.